Welcome and welcome to the Arsenal Percent. We are here to enjoy and have our own deliberation regarding the match on Sunday, Super Sunday. Arsenal at the Emirates welcoming Man City. We know we have a wretched record against those quote unquote blue sharks, but hopefully this time we can turn the things around. Before we go straight into the conversation, do us a favor, strike a like on the video, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and do not forget lastly to turn on the notification bell. Let me repeat myself for those at the back or those who have a bit of hearing problems. Like the video, very, very important. Strike a like on the video again, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and turn on your notification bell. I'm not here to do it by myself. I'm sure you can see on the screen. I have my resident analyst and my very good friend, Mr. Efosa. How are we doing this morning?
I'm doing fine, bro. I'm doing very well. You?
I'm doing very well. It's Saturday, 24 hours to the game. A bit of nerve, but hopefully Arsenal can shut down this wretched record we have against Man City. I think it's high time we put one on them. What do you think?
Yeah. Funny enough, I've not had any nerves yet. Maybe because it's not the day of the match, so I've not felt any nerves.
Jitteries, yes.
Of course. Oh, once that time comes, we'll be watching like to see.
We'll be kicking as they're kicking. They were kicking here too.
Of course, definitely. You have to be very prepared mentally, and based off of this match, a lot of people have to hold their emotions in a corner and watch the game objectively. Now, the idea is to get the points. Performance, yes, we want performance, but if we have to beat them 3-0 without looking too pretty, I don't really mind.
That's fair. We want performance to be secondary, results should be primary. Even though we know that a good performance and good result, that would be a double nice combo for us to enjoy. That's not too greedy to expect, but result for us to come first because of our record in recent history has not been the most, how do I put it, the most endearing to, like, as in it's been bad, very, very bad.
Facing Manchester City, realistically, we've not really had a lot of advantages like we tend to want to have now.
Okay.
Now, I know people will say it's not an excuse, but it is a huge one. You see, facing very tough teams, people don't get that. If you look at Wolves playing Manchester City on Saturday last week, when they played Manchester City, they had players that could make the difference. You have someone like Pedro Neto that was there.
Sure.
You had
the Korean guy. The Korean guy.
Hwang Hee-chan. All those people. So, if we are looking at a team playing a very tough team, you need sometimes forget all these things about people say it's not you need your best players available.
You do need your best players. You do.
For past how many games we have played Manchester City, we have played them without our best players. You understand? And playing them without our best players have come back to haunt us and do us more, would I say?
More harm than good.
Yeah, more harm than good. Okay, now, every time we've played them, look at the season because for how many seasons, we've not really spent the way we've spent, refurbish the squad. Now, if we want to go back, the time when we really began this proper refurbishment, Arteta's team was when, we were able to, when we lost that game, January 1st or 2nd, to them 2-1. Now, look at the factors. The factors were doing so well. For me, we missed so many chances. Then Gabriel got the card. You understand? Now, last season again, we played them. They came to our home. We were better than them at home. Forget what people will say or anything. We were better than them at home. Now, as we were better than them at home, Jesus didn't play. Partey
No
didn't play.
Partey. Saliba.
So Saliba was
Saliba.
available. Yeah, Saliba was available for the first leg.
Oh, the first leg, for the first leg was available. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
So
Jesus and Partey.
yeah. So and those are huge misses.
Yes.
Huge. Except for the way we wanted to, play. And I think Ben White wasn't available.
Yeah, it was Tomiyasu's back pass that started
Yeah,
the
errors. And so Ben White
error.
wasn't even available. So these are things we have to be very honest. These are players that are difference makers for us.
Because,
And
exactly.
it's not as if we have become the team that we are now. We were not that team last season in terms of the depth in squad and the quality. Now, playing Manchester City again at their own home ground, Saliba wasn't available, Jesus wasn't available, we were
Partey,
void of confidence.
yeah. No,
Partey,
Partey was having a wretched run that time too. But
yeah.
Partey played this time, but it wasn't the same Partey.
So yeah, so we look at it. Now we are going into this game now. Unfortunately, we would have wanted Martinelli.
Ah,
Realistically, we would have
yeah,
wanted a Martinelli.
really.
Look at Timber. Like we saw what happened during the Community Shield. When everybody was available, we saw Man City didn't have the freedom. Uncle Haaland didn't score.
He
It
didn't
was
do
just
anything.
didn't do
Nothing
anything.
substantial. Nothing.
So holding that he used to bully, I told them it's not holding that is here again. No,
Exactly.
understand? You now have is Saliba and Gabriel again.
Bro.
We saw our new signing in all shining glory, Urian Timber, have a man of the match performance. Like excellent. So you can see now, unfortunately, he had the ACL. Now there's nothing anybody can do about that.
About that one.
It's a good
I,
thing it was
I
not a
hope
tear.
our detractors will not say it was Arteta that played him too early.
Of course, have you not
injury.
heard one of them said that the reason he injured is because Arteta played him out of position, played him at left back. Now, why did he play him even after the what do they call it? The small niggle he had during the end of first half. So,
Arteta is not a doctor.
You understand? Just because a player limps off small, it's just like you're telling Ronaldo, "Oh, Ronaldo will come out again and bust a hat trick." Have we not seen the movie too many times? So come on. So all these people were complaining. Now, unfortunately, there's no Martinelli. So, but there's Trossard. Now, Saka's zone
in contention.
It looks like yes,
in contention.
He may be able to feature.
Yeah.
So most of the times we face Man City, we have not had the rub of the green of the players being fully fit.
Unfortunately, it's just unfortunately we can't just play Man City with our full strength squad. We can't.
Exactly.
I don't know why.
See that time we played them with our full strength squad.
Look at what happened.
So now, okay, fine. And the good thing now is even with this one, I'm hoping Saka is available because I do think he will be. But mine is if he's available, then yes, I will be happier because I know him, Kai, and Gabriel Jesus with Partey and Rice in midfield. It gives me comfort.
Exactly.
Yes. So Odegaard can now have the freedom that he will need, knowing fully well that okay, you don't need to lose the ball and all, even if you lose the ball.
Panic defensively because we have a Rice and a Partey doing the mock-up. Which is
then
great.
Gabriel and Saliba, all these guys. Unfortunately, if Timber was available, he would have played at fullback.
As right fullback.
Yeah, so I'm not worried, provided Saka is available. And people should still not forget we have Trossard that is back.
But we have Trossard, right? And I like Trossard. His game is different from Martinelli, right? Martinelli gives us that pacey outlet.
Yes, that raw pace.
That trait that even Man City defenders like to put an eye on it. Now, Trossard provides a different kind of trait. He's not quick, but he can score those those marquee goals in marquee moments you don't expect.
Yes, his playmaking ability
It's
as a
different
winger.
level.
Yes,
Exactly,
different.
different level. Is a for me, I'll call him a playmaking winger.
Yeah,
He's not your traditional byline winger sprinting down the
yeah,
byline. No, he's not your. He comes inside, joins the flow of the game. So it should be interesting. It should be very
yeah.
interesting.
And another thing is we need to call out the referees, right? I'm
Yeah.
hoping Saka's star boy English passport comes into play because we all know how England are trying to want to play Saka. How
Hmm.
we've heard now that they want Saka to come, but Saka won't play in their first game against Australia. So that's what they intend to do now. I'm happy with that. So if the referees, if they are unsung, where if Saka is being like sometimes, this is the reason why I feel we've been robbed the wrong way. If we look at all these evidence and the incidences that of of the past in hindsight now, the referees have not really protected Saka enough. How many times would someone kick you? This is a heavy kick, and the ref will be like, "Go on." I don't know if you
See,
understand.
I understand what you're saying, but I don't
Yeah,
expect so much. I don't expect so much or so much from the English referees because
yeah, but like,
based on antecedent, we can
yeah,
talk here till our eyes and nose gets blue or red.
yeah,
The English referees are the English referees. It is what it is. They are
yeah,
mediocre at best. There is not
of
all we can.
course.
For me, the players should just be paid for it. For me,
Yeah, bro.
there
Yeah,
is
of
no
course.
way they will not want to be. See, it's like the English referees want to be part of the clout of the game.
Yes, of course. Hey, bro, my guy said it. He said
Don't
they
take it
want
out.
them to they want to be the talking point of the game.
Exactly. So there's nothing we can do about it for us. I just want us to control our destiny as much as possible.
Yes, true.
If you're expecting the referees to do their job, it's funny. And for VAR too, even though I'm not for scrapping VAR, but I just think
No,
things
no,
need to be
I'm
improved
not for. I'm not.
for the
That's
people.
one they were
So
talking about.
yeah.
You understand? What just annoyed me was, the level of incompetence. Like you've drawn like how did you read that as a conclusion? You
So
understand? How
for
did you
me,
read the conclusion?
Arsenal
So
playing this game, we need to focus on ourselves. Let's not
mm,
expect too much from the referees. Let's
mm,
control our destinies as much as we can do. And
yeah.
let's see what comes out of it.
Yeah,
Because if
bro,
you're
you know why I'm
expecting
saying
VAR
this?
and the referee to do their job, they might do a great job.
Yes. Mm,
Might, but do not rest
bank
on
on
your
it.
laurels or hang your hope on that the referee to do their job. Don't do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Because we saw it last season in this particular fixture. You know how many times Bernardo Silva brought down Saka?
And kicked him.
How many times?
No
Like
cards. No card.
no
Just
cards.
warning. No
That
cards.
is that is why Rodri's own has been like a joke. We saw
Okay,
it.
I'll push back on that. Let me say something
Yeah,
that you might not want to agree with me. Don't
yeah,
I think sometimes Arsenal players are very naive. I'll tell you why. Let me bring
yeah,
one. I have to pivot a little bit. I don't want to pivot too much from the topic. I'll come back to the topic. If you watch uh the last game, Nottingham Forest versus who played Brentford.
yeah,
Brentford. That chance that should have been a penalty to the player that Turner, our former goalkeeper, kicked
yeah,
that the VAR didn't catch. Now, I would
mm,
tell you for free if he rolled down on the floor and was
yeah,
holding it and I was feigning he was in pain, you'll have given that referee because VAR have been forced to look at that incident again and I've seen that there was a kick from the goalkeeper. But because he
yeah,
was so honest and he just got him
yeah.
and continued playing, then he didn't give that penalty. That was a
Definitely,
blatant penalty. But I feel sometimes our players are too honest. Look at
bro.
Rodrigo. Look at Rodrigo of Man City.
Yeah,
One of the dirtiest technical foul players in the world. But he gets away with it because he knows how to fake that surprise. What did I do? He is an actor. Our
bro.
players need to tap into the shenanigans and the fuckery of the game sometimes. We
Bro,
have
but
to.
the problem is that is what my problem is. Oh, I think we have someone new, Paul
Oh,
Robinson.
shout out to Paul
Will,
Robinson. Hi from Newport, Wales, Gunners around the world. Shout out to you, Paul Robinson. Thanks for joining us. If you like our content, do us on that favor to by subscribing and not subscribe. Strike a like on the video, guys. Make sure you like the video so that we can get more of you in the algorithm, and we appreciate that. Shout out to Mr. Robinson for joining us. Hopefully, you enjoy our content.
Yeah. So, look at the problem is if we now join those teams, you've seen the way. Okay, Arteta can be angry that my player is being kicked consistently. Why are you not doing this? What would they say? Oh, Arteta is a troublemaker on the touchline. Arteta is this. So if we now join them, oh my Lord, bro, decisions will go against us.
I don't totally agree with you with that. I just think there's a way you do it. See, the human nature, for some reason.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm trying to phrase it properly. It's like all in society, right? If you notice the dumbest people right now, have the biggest crowd. Meaning there's something that attracts human nature to terrible things.
Yeah, definitely.
It is what you can say. It's not. That's nature. I just feel there's a way if Arsenal players can start acting like the way Man City does it, Liverpool players does it sometimes. You just have to adapt. Being too honest in this world is not getting. I'm not saying stop being honest. I'm saying choose the context and choose the time to be honest. These people, if you don't do what they are doing, you will not get the
it's the truth.
Unfortunately.
And if it were another winger that Bernardo Silva played against, he would have been injured. Now, I remember there was a time he tackled Saka. When he tackled Saka, his face was going through Saka's knee. Now, I can tell you for free, if it were a person that had been brought down many times and he knew that he would use his face, his knee, and hit Bernardo Silva's face, because you were tackling him, you were tackling Saka, you were the one that fell down. So Saka can say, I was just adjusting my leg, and you hit the person's face. You remember Henry said, great players are not nice.
Exactly.
That's one thing.
Exactly.
So for me, I will look at it and say, I'm not against us being naive, but my problem is, this is why I have an issue. We act as if these things that maybe football fans are now dumb that they can't see it. Then you now see
Mr. Robinson's asking, where are you from, lads? You are Nigerians. He's in Nigeria. I'm in the US at the moment. And I'm guessing he is from England or from Wales. Oh, he says from Wales. Okay, sorry. From Wales. So shout out to you, Mr. Robinson. So sorry for interrupting you. Saying something.
So we have to look at, because see that there was a particular incident in the Community Shield, right?
Yeah.
Where an Arsenal player, I think it was Partey, went past Rodri. Rodri pulled his shirt.
Pulled him. Yeah.
Yeah. The ref didn't give him a card. These are the things I'm talking about.
If you go back and look at that clip, look at Rodri's expression and look at Rodri's face. Sometimes it's not about the action. Sometimes it's how you react to the referees. Sometimes, let's say Rodri like, oh, what did I do? He will get a yellow card instantaneously. But he was like, see, for some reason, the human nature sometimes goes crazy. Now, we will expect more from the referee to be consistent, right? And I don't look at Fernandinho before in his heydays, right?
Yes.
Fernandinho was getting away with blatant fouls, technical fouls all the time.
Bro, you remember the video I showed you of Casemiro? Yeah. That guy said the reason why Manchester United fans, Casemiro is being exposed now in the EPL. He showed evidence. Some rash things Casemiro will do, but they don't, like the UEFA referees. Those are another set of incompetent bums.
Yeah,
we're just allowing everything go. This is
Madrid. Because he's playing for Madrid.
This was my problem. Now, growing up, we knew this man with big eyes. What they call him? Colina. Yeah, Colina was the referee. It doesn't matter. He will see if you're from the end of the pitch, and it doesn't matter. he will give a yellow card. My problem is like there's no see dragging someone's shirt that you will
It's a
look and do
blatant
if you
yellow
like.
card.
You understand?
Blatant.
There's no way you
Yeah.
will do. What did I? Are you mad? Who are you trying to deceive? Okay, when Gabriel in last year did the same thing to Jesus,
Yellow
he didn't
card.
even do that
Straight.
to Jesus. Gabriel was like, okay, sometimes they will go and protest, but the ref will still give a yellow card. So to an
Yeah.
extent, even we try to do it, but the referees don't look at our protests. Okay, see the
But
game when
sometimes we don't,
Newcastle.
like I said, there's an
Yeah,
art to this madness. Are we perpetrating the act well? Subjectively, I would say no. That's it subjectively.
yeah,
Some people disagree, some will agree. So Paul
yeah,
Robinson
but
said
I still
a question. He's asking us a question for you both, Raya or Ramsdale. Yeah, I think unanimously, me and Mr. Fusa agrees that Raya is a better goalkeeper and is Arteta's number one. At the same time, we're not saying Ramsdale is not a great goalkeeper. So, scratch great. He's not a good goalkeeper. He is,
yeah.
but slightly,
Yeah,
Raya
it's
just
fine
edges him.
margins. That's
Yeah,
what
just
people are not
slightly.
understanding. People think,
Yeah.
oh, because Raya is in goal, it's like this. I just feel it's fine
No,
margins. You
it's
understand?
fine margins.
Who
Very
is
fine
more
margins.
tidy in some things? That is just what it
Who,
is. It's
who
fine
has
margins.
better concentration during the game? Who
Yes.
is not trying to engage opposition fans with shenanigans? Now, I don't have any problem with you engaging opposition fans shenanigans, but whether we want to admit it or not, that could take away your concentration a little bit.
Of
And
course,
a little
definitely
bit,
it does. It does. Because
so,
you have to look at like people talk about Raya. Now it's just like the Longs game when they were saying, oh, Raya this. We didn't say how many times they floated the ball into the box. Raya
and he
caught
came
the
and grabbed
ball
it.
easy, very
Grabbed
easy.
easily. Very
You
easy.
understand? So
Yeah.
in those
Now,
games when
since we are talking about the Man City game, sorry to interrupt you because of
yeah,
the slight delay. The Man City game, we know Man City in some period of the game will float the ball in the box for Haaland. That's where you need Raya to come out and be picking up those balls. Ramsdale does it. He doesn't do it as good as David Raya or effortlessly as good as David Raya, unfortunately. So it's
yeah,
fine margins, but those fine margins can determine a game. Those fine
bro,
margins
I
can determine a
want
game.
right. Like look, everybody knows we are playing Manchester City. We need Raya and goal.
Sure.
That is the truth. Ball retention, the person that will make Man City not want to come out because they know that, oh, this guy, if he comes out, he can give one particular ball. And I said I would love Kai as a striker.
Yeah.
Since Jesus on the left, Kai as a striker, because playing Manchester City with someone like Kai, he is strong. Sometimes this is Man City, they have the frail weaknesses that if they play a striker that is physical enough to be their defenders, they will
Yeah.
struggle.
They'll struggle.
So we need
We
someone
we
like
saw
that.
a preview in a community shield.
Yeah,
Kai that some of you tag as Frey was actually bordering
John
Ruben
Stones.
Diaz and
John
John
Stones.
Stones in their defense. He
So
bothered
it
them
was,
during that game.
yeah.
So, like we said, marginally, Raya
Yeah,
is
it's fine
superior to
margins.
Ramsey.
It's fine
It's just
margins.
just fine
Yeah.
margins. So let's look at Man City. Where do you think Man City's stress will come regarding this game? Come from regarding this game, rather?
If he starts, Jeremy Doku,
Oh, good winger,
a
good player,
yeah,
very good player.
good winger, tough customer,
Yeah,
has a very good center of gravity. Yes, tough customer. But we saw him against Wolves. Wolves were ready for him that day. So
exactly.
yeah, so but he was still you would still see he tries to disturb. Then I think we all can still say Haaland. Why we will say Haaland is loose balls in the box. We know Haaland is very like he's a predator. So for the fact he has not scored for the past 3 games, that doesn't take away any credit or any danger from him. He's a
From
danger
him,
man. All he needs is
one
a
chance.
couple of chances. Yeah, he will make you pay. So I don't know. The left wing, it depends. Like Foden, we still say, Foden is still
I
that guy.
think Julian Alvarez has been under
Yes.
the radar. He has been on
No, for me,
that guy. He
Alvarez,
has been,
Alvarez is an Arsenal player, in my opinion. He is pure because you see, I understand the reason why he is getting that particular where he's like secondary role is because Holland is the main striker. But
Second,
why
yeah.
I love Alvarez is he is like the way I compare Harry Kane. Now he's not good in the air like Harry Kane,
Okay.
but he does everything. You know, in the World Cup, Chelsea fans and always talk about Enzo, 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 right?
Yeah.
But Alvarez was the actual young player that made that difference. He
Sure.
scored about 5 goals at the World Cup. He scored 5 goals. So it means he's a go-getter. He scores goals. He does
He play
everything.
makes. He can
Yes,
play as a. For me, he plays two positions for City. The auxiliary 10, then he can play
yes,
9. So he's switching with
yes.
Haaland. You don't know what they are playing. So if you watch
Of
the Community
course.
Shield that we play against them, where they played Alvarez and Haaland, if you notice, Partey did not give him space to actually flourish.
Yeah, yes, definitely.
He was picking up
And
those pockets. He wanted to stay in those pockets and float around and do what he
of
does.
course.
For me, we have to continue and maintain an eye on Alvarez. Now, it's
Yeah.
easy to mark Haaland with Gabriel and Saliba.
And Saliba.
Alvarez, somebody needs to keep an eye on Alvarez
Bro,
tomorrow.
you know, Alvarez has this thing where the way Kai does, they just float that
Yeah,
space.
under the
They are
radar.
free. Yeah, they
Yeah,
are just free. They just find themselves free. They just
great.
score. So you look at that and you see that, okay, fine. This Alvarez is that guy. And he has a mean shot. He can beat his man. He's
Mhm.
quick. So he has all those qualities. He can create for you to score. So he has all those qualities, and he's now a good set piece taker. We saw what he did against Wolves. So
Yeah,
definitely we have to look at uh, um we have to be wary of Julian Alvarez. For me,
we have
that
to.
is the key
That
because
that
this season,
yeah. For me, Haaland, yes, is the big name.
yeah,
He can score some goals, but Julian
yeah.
Alvarez for me is that guy that is floating under the radar. We have to keep an eye on. We just have to. We just
No, you
have to
see,
keep.
this season I could still argue that Alvarez is having a better season than Haaland so far.
No, it's not an argument. It's a bold statement, and we can all say it.
Yeah,
We can all say it
yes,
that he's having a better season. If you want stats, you can look at the stats. If you're good for eye test, you can see that Julian Alvarez, for me, even he passes the eye test effortlessly. His
of
playmaking
course.
abilities, his runs, he's taking shot out of the box, drawing players in,
Mm,
drawing players out. He has been superb. For me, he has been very, very superb. And we
yeah.
need to make sure we keep a player on him at all times. At all times.
We, we need to. That's why I'm also happy that Deck is there. You understand? Because I
That's
know
why
the
that's
energy.
why I always go against the mainstream media. Nobody's talking about Julian Alvarez.
Yeah, like
If that
he
was
has gone.
holding, if that was holding, or the other midfielder that is bombing it up in Man City, was his name, Kelvin Phillips or whatever. Oh, he's the next best thing. He's the next best thing because he's
What has
Argentine.
Calvin Phillips done since?
Nothing.
He has
Absolutely
been.
fuck all. Fuck all.
I think Guardiola has been trying to play him by all means. It's just like, what will I do? I have to play.
But
But
he doesn't. I'm sorry. He went to a bigger team, and like I always say, some players are better off staying in their comfort zone. Just like
of
our
course,
friend Oli Watkins, who's about to sign a new deal at Aston Villa. He knows that going to a big team, the expose will be out. So just stay where you belong and be a king there.
of
So
course. Although
sometimes
Watkins
knowing
always looks like that guy that he just, the way he got to that place was by sheer desire.
for me, there's nothing wrong with shared desire, provided you
Yeah,
know your limit. If you know your see in life, if you know your limit, there is no problem. And there's
you know,
for me, it's not shameful to stay at Aston Villa for the rest of your
of
career
course they are doing well.
than
They are doing
than
well.
to go to Man U or Arsenal for 1 or 2 seasons and bomb it up. So
Yeah.
just stay. And people say, maybe if I was gone to this place, I've done well. Maybe you hide in that precipice of maybes
Zidane.
and, and flourish there. That go to Man U like Zaha that went to Man U and it was a bad experience. So
Yeah, of
it is
course.
what it is. So let's look at the defenders of Man City. According to Pep yesterday during the pre-match press conference, he's saying John Stones is not ready, but he was called up for England. I don't know whether Pep is doing an Arteta or is being real. What do you think?
Well, he could be available, like he said. He said he's not. He said tomorrow, no chance. So it does. The no chance doesn't mean that he can't play for England against Italy. He might be available for Southgate. If he has the chance, he will play you to the ground. That is Southgate for you. So
But yes, people
every
criticize Arteta for playing Saka.
and the funny thing is the English pundits are saying why the Arteta play Saka so much that Saka is in the red zone. Oh, really? So that the if Saka is the what are the preview to the red zone, so that you people will now go and finish the whole thing for no. Let us suck him here. Rather we suck him here than England sucks. It's true. So for me, he could be available maybe after this week. So they play Australia first, then they play Italy. So they might save him for Italy and say Italy is more important than the Australian game. I think the Australian game might be a friendly. So I think
yeah.
it will be a friendly. Yeah, so it's not important. Now the game against Italy, I think it's a World Cup qualifier or Euro qualifier. So one of them. Yeah, so they will just look at it and okay, fine. Let us play this let us play these guys or keep them for that one. So it's very possible. Just I don't think he's far off. He may not be available tomorrow, but I don't think he's far off.
So
Martinelli may be
there's this
available.
mate.
Yeah.
You think Martinelli will be available?
Not tomorrow. I mean, after like it's not as if he can't go for Brazil. He may not be able to go, but
he wasn't invited. He wasn't invited, so he won't be going for Brazil. So I'm happy. So
they
he
can
rest.
tell him. They can tell him that Martinelli he will not be available. He will be available after international break. So,
oh Lord. So we know Rodrigo will not be available. I mean, for sure. There's no miracle.
Of course.
Is that an advantage for Arsenal, or do you think it doesn't matter?
Bro, it's huge. It's huge. It's not the whole game. Like, let's not act as if without Rodri, they don't have a chance. Yeah. They still have a chance.
They still have quality players. They still do.
Yeah. But he is so important. You understand? Yeah. What people don't understand is sometimes what makes these players important is their ability to get to weave the team together.
Yeah.
It's unbelievably important. You see Barcelona, no matter how people talk about, Barca, that Busquets that was there, even when his legs were going, you would still see that his footballing brain was one thing that still held them together.
That footballing brain was very immaculate. Trust me, that was a very immaculate footballing brain. That's why I always tell people, you need athleticism in modern football, yes. But there's people that their footballing brain, people like Busquets, Pirlo, Jorginho, also to a certain level, their footballing brain makes up for their lack of athleticism.
Yeah, of course.
It's just it is what it is. So it is what it is. Yeah.
So you remember when they asked Zinchenko, when Zinchenko said, Rodri is so good for Man City. He said Partey is better. But what people don't understand is for Man City. Yes.
Yeah, it's context.
For Man City, it's because he's at Man City. You appreciate him. You understand? Yeah. Partey can go to any team and still do what he's doing. Rodri does what he does. That's why he's so important for Man City. So
Man City.
Playing us, Rodri helped them last, even in the Charity Shield. We still saw what he did for them. Let's not act as if. But one reason why we're able to dominate was because we had two quality midfielders there. So now, Rodri not being there, it's difficult to see who can do his job. You understand? Because the aim is not just doing a job; it's doing a job like Rodri.
Like Rodri.
You understand?
And that I'm saying, there's some players in football you can't replace them for what they do, but you can find a way to balance it up. I don't
Yeah, of
think
course.
Man City can replace Rodri for tomorrow's match, but they have to find alternative ways to make sure they don't miss him that much. But unfortunately, when you play on that quality team, because we've seen it when we played them without Party,
Yes,
we miss Party when we play Man City and we don't
of
have Party,
course.
or if you are going to miss him. It is what it is. It
Yeah.
is what it is. So I think it's an advantage Arsenal. Now, can Arsenal
Of course it is.
take advantage of that? That's another question. So what do you
Well,
think?
I do think we can take advantage of it. You understand? Now, forget all this doom and gloom, the lens game. Whenever people talk about the lens game, I just look at it an anomaly. And when I look at the anomaly, I think it's unfortunate we lost because that day we had some chances that we should have buried regardless. I still keep saying it. Their goalkeeper was still, we lost that game, we're bad, but their goalkeeper was the man of the match.
Yeah.
We won't come into this game playing like that. I am confident. I know your brother Teta, you can't have that bad performance and come back and come and meet him. So
Yeah, you don't have
definitely,
two bad performances
yeah.
simultaneously. You can't have that. You can't.
So, yeah, and we are the Emirates. So definitely the guys look, we are going for it. Now, the thing I like about Arteta this year is, see, in as much as fans want us, you see, last year when we were going for it, we were gung ho. And people
Sure.
didn't understand that sometimes being gung ho is extreme. I like Arteta's cautiousness, his ability to be cautious in these particular fixtures. We saw what happened against Man U. Another,
Yeah.
if it were another time, we would have been rushing out and they
Yeah.
would just be pinging balls over. We saw what
Over.
happened during preseason. We saw what happened. So now, Arteta has seen it. Let's not rush. Let's not rush. They will play, and that was what happened. They played into our hands. Now,
And
granted, they had that their offside.
yeah. Yeah.
You understand? That was one in 1,000. A chance they would have. But we saw what happened. We didn't go gung ho. People were not
Oh,
understanding. It's the game plan. The aim is to win. Is you're playing a big team or a team that can hurt you. So the aim is to win. You be smart
especially a
here. We are
team that
gathering points.
is especially a team that wants to play on a counter attack.
Of
Sometimes the
course.
fans are just delusional or just go gung
No,
go
it's
and score
not
people.
delusion, it's emotion. See, you've watched football for how many years and you've watched football from different leagues to
Yeah.
gather ideas to know that I'm playing someone. Sometimes we think because we are the best teams that there are not people that are our kryptonite. Even Superman,
Exactly.
in all his glamour
Awesomeness and
and
power.
awesomeness, is just green kryptonite like this. He don't
That's it.
finish. So people have to think. We saw when Man City were dominating. Who was their kryptonite? It was Liverpool.
Liverpool. They did not play
Yeah,
Liverpool. They did not play Liverpool.
they didn't have an idea. Even at,
Liverpool and Crystal Palace. They did.
exactly.
They did not play. It's true. Remember a few years ago, we did not play Bolton with all our stars.
Yes,
For some
Arsene
reason,
Wenger always had a problem against both teams. Once
Bolton,
Okocha and that tall guy, Henderson, the striker.
I've forgotten his name. There's another winger, Styler Loss or whatever. I've forgotten his name with the long throwing. I've forgotten his name. That plays for Bolton. But those Bolton teams of those days, for some reason, sorry, we couldn't beat them.
Yeah.
We couldn't beat them.
Of course.
So sometimes let's simmer down and be sensible and logical in our aggression towards
because
the team
these things
and
come from people who, because like I understand, and that's why I say as a fan, I get where you're coming from about your voice, but tactically you are not sound enough to be at the dugout. So you
Sure.
don't understand decisions coaches make. That's why, as you said, it's more like you now. You may not agree with, oh, why is Arteta playing this guy when you see the knock? But you're not a physio.
I'm not there.
Before we had this Gary O'Driscoll, who was our physio. What happened? I don't know, maybe Arteta looked after those injuries. He went to bring one lady.
Yeah.
Since the lady came, our injury records have not been extreme anymore. Now the problem is we are just having small ones, but the
Niggles.
guys are not
Yes, Niggles.
here.
Exactly.
But they are not coming. So are you telling me we've not looked at these things? I'm not going to shout and come and say, "Oh, I'm the greatest." What do they call it? And because I'm a fan,
Fan.
I'm not a physio. I'm just a
See,
fan.
fans with no informed opinion, as in you don't know what's going on behind the scene.
Yeah,
You don't have anybody leaking information to you, but you have so much and you are so emphatic about your opinion. You can't do that
of
unless
course.
you have information from the club. You cannot go gung ho. Let me borrow that word from you. And that no, you must like look at the Saka debacle, right?
Yeah,
Yes, we care about Saka. We want to preserve our best players, but Arteta, like you said during his press conference, they were asking him for more prognosis on Saka's injury. He said, I'm not a doctor. The doctors have told him Saka is a contention. And for me,
yeah,
what would you want? I know
bro.
Arteta is being coy because he will not answer the question whether Saka trained or not. But at the
Yes,
same time, if he says the doctors have told him Saka is a contention, who are you to say let's rest Saka?
bro. When people say rest all these guys, you're calling Saka. That's what I say. You're calling him a world class player. You're calling a world class player. A world class player can't play a full season
Yeah.
because he played a full season last time. The Messi and Ronaldo that you watched, how many times did they not play full seasons?
They're playing
But that was when they
four,
were
five,
getting
six
older.
full
Even
season.
Ronaldo, yes, even Ronaldo, when he was getting older at Real Madrid, at
Yeah,
Juventus, he was playing a full season.
full season.
Now I understand when people you can say, "Oh, I would prefer like this is my thing." When people have to learn the words they use, I can come out and still be part of those people and say, "Don't get me wrong, I'm scared because he has limped off in the last 3 games." I
Yeah.
can say that. You
But
understand? That is
we have to go back to the information, right? And let's
yeah,
take our emotionality out of it. He
yeah,
linked, those were knocks. There is no
yeah.
professional footballer on earth that is injury free totally. They have minor knocks because they are
Yes.
athletes. I get it. Some of you have never done any kind of exercise. Some of you are,
Not
let
done
me choose my word
squats.
carefully. Some of you are
Yeah,
swollen in terms of your weight. And I understand
yeah,
you don't do any physical exercise. Most
yeah,
people have nigglings. If you're an athlete, if you
yeah,
participate
of
in
course.
activity, you will have a bit of niggling. It's always part of the
Yeah,
game. If
yeah,
you think these players are just injury free totally, we saw
yeah,
Saliba, right? So let's go back. Saliba missed the Brentford game, the Carabao Cup, and we
yeah.
heard that he has been playing with a minor foot injury. Where was the outcry? Oh, because it's French.
Or
Because it's
he didn't
French.
limp off.
Yeah.
People
Look at
forget,
that.
even last year, when Rashford was tearing things up for Manchester United, it came out that he had been playing with injuries for throughout that period.
Yeah.
He limped off the game before their final against Newcastle. He still played the final.
Yeah.
You
So
understand? So
sometimes
what I can understand,
let's calm down.
yeah,
Let's
what I
just
can
calm down, be
understand,
sensible.
yeah. When some people were making their own views, that okay, fine. Except for them, they would have preferred. Now you can still come out and say, "Oh, I would have preferred Ateta would, as we were winning 3-0 against Bournemouth,
Yeah.
let him withdraw him so that he would just, rest it out." Yes, I get
Okay,
it. So that it doesn't get
let me play devil's advocate for Arteta. I think sometimes fans are very stupid, and I stand by that words, right?
yeah,
Saka is 22. You don't want a
yes,
player to get used to just playing 70 minutes. He wants to play these players so that they can have that fitness of the highest level. See, you can't win on both sides. You can't only change your mind. See, jeopardy is on
of
Arteta,
course,
not on fans. So, what do I mean?
yeah,
Consequences are on Arteta when we win or when we
yes,
lose.
of
What are the
course.
consequences on fans who just come or this point that can just say
No
whatever they want to say
consequences.
in
No
foresight
consequences.
and hindsight with no jeopardy attached to whatever they say?
Yeah,
But you want
yeah,
a manager who needs to win to keep his job to make a decision like you. If I was Ateta, I'll play Saka. Provided his feet, doctors tell me his feet, I'm playing him. Then let's stop the
bro.
hypocrisy.
On Sunday, if
Yeah,
Saka is fit, the first name on that team sheet, Saka. Yeah, I
playing.
told you before.
Yeah,
I
playing.
said if Saka is fit, I'll play Saka. I don't have
Yeah,
any reservations. I'm not sorry for it. We're out here
yeah,
to win a game. It's not as if the
exactly.
guy has come to tell you I don't want to play. Have
Play
we
or
asked the
I'm
player?
injured. Yeah.
Yeah, have we
Play.
asked? We are only talking about Arteta. Have you asked Saka? I, as Arteta is playing you too much? Have you
Yeah.
asked him?
Really? They'll
You've
be
not
the
asked
first person to tell us. They will tell us that Saka is world class. What comes with being world class? Availability. So let's
availability.
stop the
You
nonsense.
have to play. You have to
Yeah.
deal with injury scares.
Yeah.
It's part of the game. Injuries are part of the game. Okay,
Game.
so now are you telling me now Arteta plays this guy? Okay, how many guys now have been playing throughout their career so much? They play so many games, but they don't tear ACLs.
Exactly. There are many players.
So people,
Did Ronaldo tear ACL? Did Messi tear ACL? Did Busquets tear
look,
ACL?
let's not even go that far. All these local championship players, the
Players.
League One players, those guys don't play 20. They don't play 20 games in a season. Those guys, they are more than 20 teams in their league, so they
Yeah.
end up playing almost 40 games in one
Games.
season. And those guys are available 3 to 4 seasons in a row, so they play 100 to 160 games. So you're
Yeah.
not telling me a player that's playing on the highest level should
Level.
not be available because of your emotions. That's why I say it's true, because at the end of the day, what we are seeing in football are the emotions of fans who do. You see, this is why at the end there was something you mentioned. This is being naive. You understand? That's
Yeah.
why in business there are some people that are always going to be, as you said, honesty in a context,
Yeah.
right? We not play. I think there was this chart from Paul Robinson, excuse me.
Okay. Which one?
I think he spoke about a prediction.
Oh, this one.
Says, I feel confident we can beat City this time around 2-0. What's your prediction? Whoo!
You should go first, or you want me to go first? Oh, you want me to go
I'm
first?
going with a 3-1. I'm going with a
Three what?
3-1.
Because
3-1.
I just think we'll concede. Especially when we play at home.
Bro, you know my reason. You know my
Yeah.
reason for saying we'll concede. Not because
Yeah.
we are at home. I just feel it's Man City. So they might get that customary goal. You understand? They might do something and get it. So that is why. They just have too much quality not to score. So I just feel yes.
I'll go against what I believe. I think we might actually keep a clean sheet for the first time. I think so. I think the players we fired up. If we play Partey and Rice, and the way Rice spoke after the defeat to Lens during the week, I think we should be able to beat them 3-0 for the first time. See, every what would be the right word? Seasons come to an end. Eras come to an end. This era of them beating us all the time.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's the zone that is going to an end at Manchester United. Unfortunately, he made the wrong prediction. I just think Rice and Partey in that midfield, with a fired up Jesus who wants to prove a point, I think we'll win. I think we'll win 3-0. I think there'll be goals in this match. And I think Arsenal want to recreate that form and that performance they had 2 years ago, but even though we lost 2-1, but that performance is the best I've seen us have against Man City.
Of course, should we recreate that performance, these guys will be on crutches.
They will do that
because Partey will eat that their midfield up.
He will. Him and Rice on a good day, they are swallowing. I don't care whether they are playing Bernardo Silva, they are going to swallow it. I just want us. Okay, what do you think? You think Arteta, because there's a chance. Let's be real. There's a chance that Arteta might play in KTR at night tomorrow. If he does it, I'll be angry. But he's a manager. It is what it is. But I do not want to see Eddie and KTR lead the line tomorrow. I don't want to see.
I don't, bro. Me too.
I
told you. I don't want to see KTR lead the line tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't.
Right? I just think he may reiterate to what he used during the Community Shield. Yeah. It was really effective. You understand? It was really, and because I just feel like we saw that day when Tottenham played. Nketiah didn't make those guys feel his presence.
Yeah, then
I
against
want
what's his
Romero
name?
and
Romero,
Van
Ruben
der Beek.
Diaz. Ruben Diaz will be laughing at Nketiah. He will not be
Of
laughing at him.
course.
He will be laughing. Come on, no threat. So let's go for Kai. If we're not going for Kai, Jesus in the middle. Not this Nketiah business. We are playing Crystal Palace, all those smaller things. You can bring
Away,
Nketiah.
all those things. He fits them
Yeah.
away.
He
Because
fits
I
them
don't know
away.
how he does it, that away game, because they will
Yeah.
come out. He you know, once they do,
He's charging.
is his power. You saw him against Bournemouth.
Duracell.
He showed those people pepper that.
Exactly. So that's just it.
that's
So
what
let's
I
make
want.
let's make our final prediction. I'm going for a 3-0 win at the Emirates. Hopefully, my predictions come to pass. So, what are your own predictions?
I said 3-1.
Oh, 3-1.
I said
Okay,
3-1.
that's fair.
Just because they are Man City.
Who are you going to predict for man of the match on both sides?
Man of the match. I'm thinking, Starboy will be there tomorrow. So
Okay.
Saka is going to, for me, he's going to give Ake a game. I don't care who plays that place. Ake will know what pain looks like. I'm giving an outside chance. I know people won't like it, but Kai.
I'm looking at Kai is about to redefine himself or reintroduce himself to the Arsenal fans. I'm about to I think Kai might reintroduce himself to the Arsenal fans tomorrow. I think so.
So
he has done it let's not forget, he has done it in Champions League for Chelsea. Even though Chelsea fans hate him. Look, I don't understand.
Every time he meets Man City,
yeah, he loves
every time he meets Man City, they feel his presence.
Yeah.
Against Man City, against Liverpool, they feel his presence. Now, the problem that people are forgetting is at Arsenal now, he's learning a new different position, new different style of play. So when people I think we need to be, just because we want these guys to turn up and start tearing everything up. This guy has played as a striker, right winger, right CM throughout his life. This LCM business is totally new. Now, should he find his feet the way it was at the Bundesliga, people will know. So for me, in this particular game as a CF against Man City, they will not be able to deal with him. Yeah. They won't. Because once he has some chances, he will draw some saves from Ederson.
Definitely. And his area threat, if you can give him those crosses in time, I just feel he will do something in this game. He will do something in this game.
And one thing we should also watch out for is his engagement with those defenders can free up spaces for
our other players. Yeah.
And one thing we should also keep in mind is once he's playing all these guys, if they start crossing balls in, he will be there. Cross balls on the floor, he will be there. So I am expecting, because if Jesus gives him some balls, man, bro, tomorrow, Kai redefined. If he starts,
even if our friend Trossard plays, is a creative winger. For me, Trossard is the creative winger, and he too can actually make some chances for Kai. I just think Kai might give us some reintroduction to the Arsenal fans tomorrow. So I will not be surprised. I will not be surprised if tomorrow all these anti-Kai chants, anti-Kai fans will actually be made to eat their words in shame.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not surprised.
Of course.
So let's go to the next topic. Guys, do us a favor, strike a like on the video, very important. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and make sure you turn on the notification bell. So, wow. let me play you something nice to start and set up the stage.
Week out with average or below average performances. He never has an above average performance, but he's always in the starting 11, and fans have had enough of that, Rob. Every match we know that Xhaka is starting, but every match would like a quicker transition, would like would like a better combination in the middle because this hasn't been working. So don't think the boos are just for this game. The boos are for the last 2.5 years.
Scapegoating him then.
It's not a
So
scapegoat.
it don't matter, is it right?
Why is it a scapegoat?
It doesn't matter what he does. Right, we scapegoating him.
Because if he improves, if he can improve, because
How's he going to improve if people are booing him and on his case all the time?
So what? Some people don't react well to criticism. Some people react better to criticism than positivity, right?
I'm sure he can react to criticism, but how's he going to react as captain when people are booing him? Ironic cheers, get off, you right? And you're saying to me that's because of previous games.
It's because of
What about?
It's because of not just previous games. It's his whole career.
Before we go into this, let me read this this one from Randa Pittman. I will love to see my front three to be Jesus, Kai, and Saka. Me too. Exactly. So we'd love to see that.
Yeah, welcome, Randall.
Shout out to Mr. Randall Pittman. Welcome to the channel. If you're not subscribed, do us a favor. If you like the content, subscribe. We appreciate that. So you saw the Xhaka slander and conversations there. Now, my take on this, we know when we brought in Xhaka, the team was all over the place. Yes, you can argue Xhaka was not the most athletic player, but the struggles of the team was never so down to Xhaka's on him. Exactly. So the modern Arsenal fan was, the last, let's say, 7 to 10 years were raised in this kind of negativity. Always keep ghosting the players. Is either Xhaka's fault or it must find an alternative. Now it's not Kai's fault now. Every season, every time, we have to find a scapegoat. Look at the video we just watched. This is one of the antagonists of Xhaka. For some reason, the whole dysfunction at Arsenal at that time was solely to Xhaka. I'm not going to say he didn't make some points. Xhaka was getting some red cards. But if you look at those red cards,
being rushed.
was he so... Xhaka was sometimes trying to do a yeoman's job, saving the team. And it came out looking worse for it.
Of course.
Fair game. So my problem is that we cannot allow this kind of conversations and narrative to dominate this fair. There should be balance. I'm not saying let's come here and pander to Arsenal players or the Arsenal hierarchy, but this scapegoating, what would be the right word? Culture that is being brought into the fan base. We cannot allow it to continue to fester. What do you have to say to that?
Well, if you go back to the video, there was a key word. He said, "We fans." You understand? You see, this guy, this Turkish, I will say it live. This guy is a blithering idiot. I hate when people think like there was something you said. When things were bad, he kept on making videos and videos and videos. When things were good, he never said the Kroenkes did well.
They won't.
If in what do they call it? You remember AFTV of recent? Okay, not of recent, but during preseason, during that game where Arsene Wenger managed the Ukraine game, you understand? AFTV did an interview. People were, wow, Arsene Wenger is a classy man for actually doing, even
granting them the interview.
Yeah. Now, no matter how short it might have been. Now, he came and went and told the Cecil, people were, Arsenal fans were, trying to blame us that we were the ones who turned the negativity, even if what we did, he was still trying to act all high and mighty.
Rationalize it. Yeah.
Yes, we were the ones, we were the pioneers. Now, I keep saying one thing. When we do something, no matter how good our, what do they call it? What our act may be, let's make sure we don't start doing things in the wrong way. You understand?
Sure.
Now, you remember when you said when AFTV began, you were with
their
them
side.
based
I supported them because at that time they had legitimate reasons Now, those
Yes, to
legitimate
be
points have
angry.
context. Have context to it. The Kroenkes were not
Yeah.
spending, and the context I look
Yeah.
at from that, the Kroenkes are not spending, but they don't own the club. I am not taking
Yes.
a lady on a vacation if you are not exclusive. Now, can I
Yes,
take
of
you to
course.
some restaurant to eat? Yes,
Yes, of
but
course. It's not.
if I'm not dating you exclusive, I'm not taking you on a vacation. Why would the Kroenkes spend their hard-earned money on a club they don't own? Like sometimes the fans are so idiotic. Let me borrow that word. Idiotic because it's emotions over facts. Now, did I like it at that time? I didn't like it. But
No, but
unfortunately, these rich people, these rich men, they don't throw their money away like that. They don't operate like that.
yes, even if you want to do it, you have financial advisors that are going to tell you, no,
No.
this is what is best for you.
Yeah.
You understand? Now, this thing in the sense where we fans, I was never part of we fans.
No,
When you
I'm
see,
not part of that.
when we signed Xhaka, I would challenge any Arsenal fan to go and watch Arsenal versus Watford, Xhaka's first game in the league. He played the game with Cazorla, right?
Yeah.
When he played that game with Cazorla, Xhaka was unbelievable. Why? Because Cazorla was in front of him. He didn't need to overdo many things because he would win the ball. He's passing everything, passing in between the lines. Everything
Nice.
existed there. Now, when things were, would I say, bad, we can remember Xhaka didn't have a midfield partner that was so good on the ball. The last midfield partner he had that was good on the ball was Cazorla. You understand? Now,
Sure.
after how many years, because all the other wheelchairs and all those guys, we were all getting injured.
Injured, inconsistent, very consistent,
Yeah.
very grossly inconsistent.
So, but we could see in games where, especially Xhaka and Ramsey, you remember when Arsene Wenger won that FA Cup, when
Yeah.
he started playing as he reverted to a three at the back for the rest of the season, where
Yeah.
Xhaka and Ramsey had a wonderful partnership. People don't talk about that.
No. Because don't bring the
understand?
clicks and likes. Don't bring the clicks and views and likes.
You understand me? So nobody ever spoke about that. Oh, Xhaka is a horrible guy. Now, when Partey came, what were we seeing? Oh, the partnership between Xhaka and Partey was really moving on well. People were now
Exactly.
beginning to appreciate it.
So let me
Now,
pause you there. Let me pause you
Yeah.
there. Let me pause you there. Now, based on the rhetoric these people
Yeah.
have been pushing.
Yeah.
Now, will you say is the quality of players that was affecting Xhaka, or Xhaka was a bad player? What would be your summation?
It's the quality of players. You understand?
So now,
Well,
see, what I sorry to interrupt. What I despise the most is the disingenuous
Yeah.
analysis of these people who will sit comfortably in their studios with the benefit of hindsight analysis, with the
Yeah.
benefit of pushing agendas. Because sometimes you have to look at the team holistically. Now, I'll give you an example. Holding.
Yeah.
I did not like Holding, not because I wanted to just pick on Holding. With or without quality players, Holding is not just good enough.
Yes, of course.
But with Xhaka, if you place Xhaka with quality players, you know why I was never piling on Xhaka all the time. Now, there are isolated games. Xhaka would just be Xhaka. Just like
Yeah,
any
you
other
do this.
world-class player. So they have the moment they will not be up to scratch.
Yeah.
If you pair Xhaka with quality players, 9 out of 10 is performing well. If you pair Holding with Maldini, it's still Holding. So that's the disparity. Or this guy wanted to make sure that Xhaka was just a scapegoat. That it didn't matter whether you paying with quality players or not. He's just this horrible player, which was far from the truth.
Bro, you see, this is my thing. You see, these guys, when they talk, right? I hate when people who don't have, just because we watch football doesn't mean we know what is good. I don't know if you understand.
I understand
Now,
what you mean.
I remember how many years ago. Now, let me give you some little history. I remember how many years ago I used to think, why didn't we go and sign Renato Sanchez? Why did he go to PSG for? What happened? Where's Renato Sanchez?
Now, where is he?
We can't. We don't. Most people don't know where Renato Sanchez is playing for. You understand? there was this guy. Oh, Ateta, okay, Buendia. Why
Buendia.
didn't he sign Buendia?
Yeah.
People were shouting.
Where's
Where is
Buendia now?
Buendia? Now, unfortunately, he had a
Or the better question. I know I think he's injured. The better
yes,
question:
honestly,
will you prefer a Buendia or Odegaard now? That would be the better question.
oh, why didn't he sign this particular winger? Okay, there was all these wingers that went to other clubs. Why didn't he sign them? Where are they? What are they doing?
Doing
How many
now?
of them are actual world beaters now? Now there could be rumors, but it was never definite that we're going there.
Yeah.
We've seen coaches come. As Wenger always played Xhaka.
The
Emery
national team
came.
coach. The national team coach always played him. Mourinho always wanted Xhaka. And
Of
for
course.
some reason, we think we know more than those managers.
You are claiming, oh, why didn't Arsenal sign Mourinho? Mourinho is a top quality manager. And the top quality manager, Mourinho, wanted Xhaka.
Yeah.
Now, the same, what do they call it? Now, let's hear their logic. Emery came. When Lundberg was what do they call it?
Caretaker manager. Yeah. He played him.
Ateta came.
Played him.
This guy wanted to go. He said, no, stay.
He stayed.
Now, look at how dumb these people look now. What do they call these guys? Look at how amazingly Xabi Alonso is doing.
Yeah.
And one of the key players,
Xhaka.
They've not lost a game. They are guilty. Bro, their form is red hot.
Yeah.
And Xhaka.
And yes, Xhaka was the problem. Look at the logic.
Like, look at the logic. I don't understand. And the funny thing is, Arsenal fans eat these things up.
Yeah.
Because this guy said
let's not pause on that. Let's pause on that. You just said something very profound. You say Arsenal fans eat this thing up. So is there an argument to make that Arsenal fans are just dysfunctional? Because I think that it comes to a point in life, right? Yeah. If somebody is telling you something, you have to now sit down and look at it objectively and think for yourself.
Bro, you are, how would I say, you're reasonable now. Oximato is on the beat.
I'm telling you, shout out to Oximato for coming through this morning. Good morning, my brothers. Good morning to you, Mr. Oximato. Don't forget to strike a like on the video too as you come in. Even though you come a bit late, it's almost an hour plus, but it's better late than never, like people say.
Yeah. Bro, this is my thing. Sometimes people have to understand. You see, when people try to overdo all these some arguments we have in the world today, I always tell people, I know you have reservations about people, but sometimes you must understand that keyword prejudices. That is why it's called a prejudice. Meaning what? That I have prejudice against. Yes, but there's a point it becomes to. People can complain, women are this, but there's a point you just know that this person is a hater. He's not, what do they call it? He's not thinking. There's a point some women men are this. You're just a hater of either men or women. You can say you have prejudices based off of experiences. I will understand. But to come and now pass a notion that that becomes borderline hate.
Yeah.
A lot of people spread these things. Now, as you said, most of these people were raised with something. And they were raised with watching these people use some certain words on a platform that you know is important, that comes and screams mental health to people. But you go out there and you say you hate a particular person. But yet, when you go and look at another person, they say, oh, the person had mental health problems. That was why
it makes sense.
Overdose. Why are people so mean? Yet, these same people go online, you go there, you speak in a barbaric way.
Yeah.
You're so ferocious, like you become, I don't know how to say, but it becomes borderline mean. Then you now think that children growing up that quote unquote don't have parents to put them in check, that have phones at a very early age will go online and will not now go and send hateful messages to these people. So why do you now think these people will think differently? These people are basically the gods they serve.
Sure.
So they would always look to them and say, oh, whatever you say, without actually thinking. Then those people that come out to actually fight the narrative, they start insulting them.
Exactly.
When we lost to Lons, I was on football terrace. Iga was like, why are we so negative? That was just our first loss. It was a bad one. Yes, it happens. We have not lost a game all season. We lost. Everybody, Arteta has spent 700 million. You see, this is what annoys me. I can come and tell you Arteta spent 700 million, right?
Sure.
But it's just like if you tell me Arteta spent 700, you see, this is why, as you said, a rich man and a poor man think differently.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
You as a poor man, and I'm using the word poor, most of you who have these platforms, you are broke, you're poor, borderline broke compared to a rich man. It's not an insult.
It's not an insult. It is what it is, life.
Yes. The way you think also shows it. Now, let me bring this thing. You think a certain way where someone will come and say, you spent 700 million. I can disagree with some people, but then some people will say context, right? You say he spent 700 million. That's what a poor man will say. A rich man will say, how did you spend the 700 million?
9 million.
Because that is the analysis. That is
how
they will understand how you spent, how we got to this point. Now,
exactly.
Based off of how you spend the 700 million, where are we? Now, did you spend, Chelsea spent 1 billion in a year, in less than a year.
Yeah.
You understand? Look at where they are. Now, what people are counting on, now, the same team that spent 1 billion in less than a year, is XG they are using to win. That they've had more XG. It's true. It sounds funny, but it's true. They've had more XG than this one. Now, I'm not looking at the same, what do they call it? Arsenal. A rich man or a billionaire will ask, okay, how did you spend the money? And most of these fans that were saying, okay, before, when trust the process just because of beef. I also was one of those people, not AFTV, not AFTV motivated. You understand?
Yeah.
I just didn't like
you just like
I just didn't like the way they treated Wenger. So I was borderline angry with some of the things, the disgrace. I do not, it's just like your father is doing everything for you when you know he has done everything, not just doing everything, showing up in your life, and you're now,
comparing him. Yeah, not comparing to other people's fathers.
Somebody else. You understand? Yeah. If you want to show, that one, go and make money yourself. You understand? Because it's not your father's problem that you don't have some certain amount of money.
Sure.
So I now looked at that, just the way they treated that man annoyed me. I turned my back on us. So every time we used to lose, these clowns, I always used to go and look at the despair on their faces. That's how I used to do it. But at one particular point, when after me and my guy were discussing, there was something, in as much as to an extent, I'm exposed and profiled. Let me understand something. It has to be more than all this. There's a reason I'm an Arsenal fan.
Wow.
So I said I will back this guy. And I have not felt wrong for that decision. Now, I've looked at the spending. You come and you tell me he spent 700 million. You were the same people who said that Arteta came, and when it's time to argue with Tottenham fans that Arteta has done a better job than Ange, you will tell Tottenham fans Arteta didn't meet a good squad here. But when we lose, you go and say he has
you spent 700 million. Look at it. Let me read this chat real quick. Let me read some chat real quick so that we don't keep them waiting. Shout out to you. Oxymoto, how to tell someone is hating is why they can't explain the logic on why they think a certain way. Fantastic.
Very true. This is
very true. Yeah, very, very true. Gogo Shout out to you for coming. Good morning, guys. Good morning to you too. Guys, make sure you strike a like on the video. Very, very important. So let's continue to play part of the video and we'll continue to add our commentaries and reaction to it.
Career at Arsenal Football Club, Rob, and he's still getting picked in. And not only is he getting picked in, week out, he is now the captain. You tell me, as fans, how do we project to Emery that we are not happy with this choice? Because we can only do it on a match day. I'm surprised because Mo is right. I haven't heard that since Abue. But am I happy? Yes, because he deserves it, in my opinion. He deserves it. And you know what? His reaction is
was wrong
for me.
His
he
reaction
makes it
was
easy for me.
Let's pause on that. Let's pause on that now. I was angry with Rob Holding last season, right? But what I will not do is slander or boo aggressively a player that is wearing an Arsenal shirt, still representing my club. See, we're not here to pander to Arsenal players or the Cronkies. We're here to call it objectively down the middle. You can be angry at a player, but for you to start booing your player during a match and come out after the match and still stand 10 toes down on that, you are insane.
Of course.
You are insane. There's a reason why you are called a fan, meaning through thick or thin. I'm not saying be a blind fan. I'm not saying do not objectively criticize your team. There's time and where and when to criticize your players and how to do it sensibly. But these guys, they don't want that.
Bro,
they just want to
I
go
would
out.
rather be continue. I would rather be a blind delusional fan than turn to this. I will not. See, there are some things I do not think we need to resort to. Sure. In the long run, look at what it's causing. Kai Havertz,
these are the fruits. These are the fruits of AFTV.
Yes.
That we need to see. If notice, right? Sorry to interrupt. If notice,
no problem.
Even though we are winning,
the
fans are waiting for the next loss. Imagine that. Like there's a large section of the fans that are waiting for the next loss, even when we are winning. I think that is okay.
This is dysfunctionality at its best. And let me give you a theory.
So let me read this chat from Google. Yeah, you guys are free to disagree with us. We can. This is not an echo chamber. We can disagree respectfully, and we can still have a conversation. You are not obliged.
I already disagree with the statement.
No, that's what I'm saying. We can disagree on this platform. It's not an echo chamber, so we can disagree objectively, respectfully, which is fair. So let me read this chat, guys. Let's understand that those statements are made just after a poor result. Our emotions are soaked in those games. Gogo, let me show you something. Let me tell you something. Emotions are high. Okay, let's bring it down to humanity. My emotions are high. I'm angry with someone. If I, quote unquote, hypothetically kill someone because my emotions are high, will I tell the police or law enforcement, oh, my emotions were high? No. I don't tell the judge or magistrate that you deleted, I can't use certain words on YouTube, you deleted somebody because your emotions were high. You are adults, for crying out loud. Emotions can be high. We know football is an emotional game. Adults put their emotions in check. I've been on the phone with you during a game, right? You know how erratic I can be.
Of course. Bro, I see. You know, I remember the Fulham game when we drew 2-2. You were fuming. But when you came on, you know, then let's not even go that far. Lungs. When the stream started, you just started laughing.
Yeah.
You understand? And now this is the thing. I get what Gogo is saying. What I say I disagree is, if we lose a game, now, the thing I can understand is the way things were at the time. But what did they say? Arsene Wenger was the problem. Let Arsene Wenger go. When AFTV started, AFTV didn't start the fight against Kroenkes. He started the fight against Arsene Wenger. Let's be realistic. He was the public enemy number one. You see, this scapegoating started with Arsene Wenger. They couldn't get the Kroenkes.
I am not going to be hypocritical with this. I will not be hypocritical with this. Like I've told you before, privately and publicly. I supported AFTV at the beginning. I thought they were doing a great job. Keyword, I sorry, I thought they were doing a great job. Until I
Yes,
saw
the
a pattern
intentions
that,
were pure.
yeah, at that time I thought their intentions were noble. And I'm okay. But as time goes on, you saw that no,
You understand?
they have a hidden agenda.
Bro, he was the first scapegoat.
Okay, let's read this chat from Google. It said, I totally disagree with you that the guys waiting for the next laws, they just react. No. So there's a pattern to this madness. And if you want me to provide data, I can do on that show. I'll provide data to show that how come most of this people, I'll mention him, rants and bans. Right? Even though it's not understand fan, the man you found no. Look, Ligona, look at the streams they do when we lose or draw, and look at how much negativity comes on their channel. You are telling me fans are not waiting for the next loss? Google, can we be honest? Let's not be disingenuous here. I'm not saying you should agree with us, but let us do it in good faith and let's not be disingenuous.
You see,
look at their streams.
Let me
look at the data. Look at the analytics. They have more engagement when we lose, and they go more ferocious when we lose. So you cannot tell me they're not waiting for the next loss. I'm sorry, the data does not support your argument.
Bro,
the data doesn't support your argument.
This thing you're saying, definitely. Now, this thing you're saying, sorry to cut you short because I want it to be interactive.
Yeah.
Now, he went on to say they just react. They just don't react first. They spend money and time. You see, money and time is a fallacy. Everybody acts, because I live in Nigeria, they spend more money than me. Okay, what will you say about a fan that comes from another country every month, spends more money than them on a flight ticket? There are some fans that use private jets every week
that stays in the VIP boxes. They stay in the VIP boxes.
So the wretched, let's be honest, the wretched, what do they call it? Season ticket. You compare it to my VIP box? A VIP box plus a private jet, what do they call it? Charter.
Expenses.
It will pay for how many? It will pay for 20 years of VIP. So that is annulled. Some of them is their religion. You see, this is why we say when we say these things. Now, we know there are some people that have attached killing to their religion, right? Do we not slander those people? So if you come and you say it's their religion, then unfortunately, we are now encouraging and allowing people that because it's your religion, okay, you can go out and kill someone.
No, let's just use the word delete because of YouTube.
Delete. Or you can go out and delete someone. You understand? Yeah. So that doesn't take the love and passion away. It does.
It does.
You're not going to. You're not. These same people who, what do they call this particular? See, let me tell Gogo now. Okay, Wenger deserved what he got. Good. Now, if Wenger was not there, do you think we would have been sustainable?
Exactly. See, that's the logical question people don't want to answer.
See, people don't. That's why I say, as a businessman, there's a reason why you are not a businessman. He did not favor the owners. If he left, Arsenal would have crumbled. None of your managers. Let's be honest. When I was hearing
there's a misinformation from Google's statement. That's why I say let's be logical. I'm not trying to deride anybody, and let's be sensible. Arsenal did not have any owner at that time. See, he said the owners. No, they had majority shareholders. There was no owner. So you can see that even in his statements, he's getting it wrong.
Usmanov wanted to buy the club.
Yeah.
Usmanov said if they allow him buy the club,
he will invest more money.
He will drop 200 to 250 million pounds. Usmanov was richer than Abramovich.
Yeah.
When Arsene Wenger signed his new contract, he said it's not to allow Arsene Wenger sign a new contract. Said, but you must give him money to be able to implement his ideas. Usmanov, when they were talking, Usmanov has a ship that I named after his mom, a yacht that cost 150. And the guy was ready to drop 200 million. Sell to me. You understand? Sell to me. They didn't want to sell to him. So when people come with this idea that, he got what he deserved, he was with the owners. They employ me.
Okay, let me correct. Okay, let's say, okay, if you are working for your employers or people, technically you have to be on the side of your employers.
Of
So
course.
why we acting as if, see, people, let's say, let's have, that's why I don't, go, I respect your opinion, right? But can we do it in good faith? There is no way you are working for somebody and you do not owe them some level of loyalty. Now, if you resign, it's a different thing. If
Of
you are
course.
working for somebody, I don't care how horrible they are, you have to be loyal to them.
Don't
It's
they
what
pay
it
you?
is. Exactly. So this statement that we just make in football, that he come out and tell us the truth. You know, you're not having a logical conversation when you're saying that, because
Bro,
you have to be loyal to your owners.
bro,
Your employers. You have to be loyal to them. Let's not do
but
that, Gogo.
that's when they
Gogo,
complain about all this Conte,
yeah,
all these frauds. I always say Conte
yeah,
and all those guys, frauds. In a competitive league with money, give Conte everybody money. All those Conte will falter because they're
exactly.
not as good as we put them.
Think,
They're not
yeah.
that good. They are not
So
as good as we put them.
let's respond to this one. He said, when we lose, opposition fans come to the channel to throw. That's a lie. See, that's why I say good
Arsenal
faith
fans have
conversation.
seen.
Yeah, nah. Gogo, you're becoming disingenuous. Maybe Gogo has not taken his coffee this morning. Gogo, take your
No,
coffee
it's
this
not
morning.
matter of that. He's one of the people. These are one of the AFTV. What are they calling? They are firm AFTV believers. You understand? I'm not
Yeah.
saying this is my thing. It's more like when we're discussing football terrorists. I go on football terrorists. You understand? But
Yeah.
you made me still understand that yes, you're not. It's not hatred. You disagree with the things they do there. Some of the
Yeah.
things.
I don't
You
hate
not-
them. What they do, I
you
disagree with
understand?
it. Their ideology, I disagree with it. I
Yes.
don't hate them personally. I don't. Why
Yes,
would I? I
or
don't met
you've
them.
not come to say everything they've done is wrong. There are
Wrong,
some things
no.
you say, yes. You understand? That is my thing.
Yeah.
My thing is this. This thing that you mentioned, let's use a very logical example in our modern day world. Have you ever wondered why? Okay, you remember all those women that have experienced bad relationships?
Yeah.
When they see the good one, they don't believe it's good.
And they'll sabotage it. They will sabotage it.
Exactly.
They will.
Because of past this thing.
Experiences.
So they are always waiting for, he's not cheating, it's a lie. This
Or
cannot
they'll
be
say,
true.
they'll say he's cheating, but he's hiding it well.
Exactly.
They will
So
make
they
up
will
a
look
story in
for
their mind.
every thing.
Yeah.
You understand? They
Yeah.
will look for, okay, what is this particular? When they now find it, they will now be saying, oh, the next mistake, the next. See, that is why sometimes when people tell you, it's too good to be true, it's not as if everything is too good to be true. People are telling you their traumas, so you
Yeah.
live with the it's too good to be true.
True.
When actually it is true. Now, what do you call an owner? If there are 200 co-owners, just because I have 10% shares when I want 98%, doesn't mean I'm not a full owner.
You're not a full owner.
Because it's
You're not.
owner doesn't mean I'm a full owner.
Sure.
You understand? That was the problem. They wanted more control.
Full control. No, not more. They wanted full control, which they eventually got. Now, if you look at it right in hindsight, they eventually got it, and we can see the result, what they are doing with the club now. So sometimes, let's see, emotions is good. Football is an emotional game. But watching football, yes, during the match, you can use your emotions. After the match, you calm down, then you analyze logically and objectively. Or else, you will say or do some things you regret later that will make you look silly.
Bro,
so it comes to another chart. Look at this chart. He was good for the first decade. And we all agree he didn't do well in the last.
Okay, why didn't he do well in the next decade? Let him answer us. Why didn't tell me why he didn't do well? Please tell me. Like, I would love, because all these things, I'm not, these kinds of people come on as you normally do. Let us have it. Tell me categorically why he didn't do well.
Why did he do well?
You understand?
What was the reason?
I will know whether you have your own opinion or you're taking another person's opinion.
Yeah.
We've been watching football close to 20-something years.
More than.
You understand? At least. So I've watched different teams. I've watched a lot of teams.
Different leagues.
You
Yeah.
understand? Different leagues, different teams. That's why some players people call very good players are bang average.
Bang
It's
average
just
players. Bang.
the standards
Yeah.
are falling. So
Yeah.
why didn't he do well? I would love to hear your answer.
So it
You
comes
understand?
with another chart. So let's look at this very interesting one. Say, what do you mean when we lose? It's an opportunity to come and make views and comment on trolling statement. What's wrong about that? Now, let me explain. If you're going to make a channel to make money, I think there's nothing wrong about that. I think you should come out and say, don't hide under I want the best for Arsenal. I'm an Arsenal fan. I breathe and sleep Arsenal. That's a lie. Come out and say, my channel is a commercial channel. I'll discuss trending topics, and it's fine. But when you hide under the guise of I love Arsenal, but your actions is showing it's the commerciality of making Arsenal a commercial revenue machine for yourself.
Yeah.
That's when you're being disingenuous. I say, let's have a good faith, logical argument. I'm not against what AFTV is doing commercially. Don't get me wrong. Do what's best for your pocket. My problem is don't hide under we're doing for the fans. You are not. Or for the love of the club. You are not. You are not. That's my argument.
Exactly.
But the
Don't like,
commercial
people
aspect,
want to, because they call it a fan. You see, the problem is people think, oh, it's a fan thing. It's not a fan thing.
it's not a fan
If
thing.
not, you would have shares there.
Yeah.
You understand? It's not a fan thing. Someone felt, oh, because that will give some people the mic and they will speak. So it's the voice of the fans. Hell no. That's my view. At this particular point in time, do you think I care about, oh, Arteta has spent 700 million because they come out? Or there was no topic for them to discuss about because there was nothing, they had to go and bring Kai Havertz after just playing 3 games. The same people are clamoring for Fabio Vieira, but were slandering Fabio Vieira last season.
Just one season.
There's so much proof. There is so much proof.
Let me disprove what Gogo said. He said it's a fan thing, right? Now, how come there's so much disparity between the match-going fans, the fans at the stadium, plus the online fans, the fan channel fans? How come there's so much disparity? Because when Kai scored the goal against Bournemouth last week, there was so much support for the away fans singing his name. But the online fans are hammering him because it goes back to what I said, revenue and commercial value. I'm not against people doing what's best for their pocket. My problem, do not lie, pretend it's for the love of the team. You are not doing it for the love of the team. Let's not lie. So Lami Unga, I'm sorry if I butcher your name. This is the first I'm seeing you on the channel. If you like the content, do us a favor, subscribe and strike a like on the video. People do not give credit where it is due because of the past event, which is stupid. They are almost living. God bless you. See, like you said about relationship, if you have dated 10 bad women or 10 bad guys, doesn't mean you should punish the new guy on what happened in your past.
Or I would not look at the new woman, somebody that is worshiping, literally worshiping you. A guy will nearly worship you. This cannot be. No.
So Gogo comes back with another response. Shout out to Gogo for making it more interactive. Like I said, you are free to disagree. Let's just make sure it's respectful and we are logical. You are free to disagree.
Yeah, if the tone is different, trust me. It's not
Gogo, I think Gogo is a solid guy. I don't think you. Yeah, we're just having an interaction. We'll make sure we are not disrespectful to one another, and we can disagree. It's for all the good for Arsenal, right? It's for the good of Arsenal. We can disagree. I think we can disagree. Okay, he didn't do well because the club was building a lot, including the stadium, selling players and coming to tell us why he would not spend XYZ money on players, penny pinching about some purchases. Okay, let me ask you, Gogo. Remember, I made a stream a few weeks ago. I said people will not give credit to the Kroenkes and say it's Arteta. Who is paying the wages and signing off on the transfer fee? Is it Arteta? Because sometimes I wonder if we as football fans suspend our cognitive abilities. Arteta can talk to the players, convince about the project. If the money is not making sense, he's not making sense. I don't care Alex Ferguson or Pep can talk to any player in the world, convince them. If the financial package is not making sense, the players are not coming. The Cronkies are doing a fantastic job. Definitely. Going back to the question he asked, at that time, the Cronkies did not own the club fully. The club was without an owner, and the finances were shrewd. What do you expect Arsenal to do? He can't be buying players on his own money. See, Mr. Gogo, can we be having this argument or this conversation or debate in good faith? Please, let's do it in good faith.
No, bro, because
no manager on earth,
no
manager on earth spend their personal money to buy players.
Bro, this is the thing. You hear people say, "Oh, you're
saying something."
But we all knew. I don't know if Gogo was not what they call it was not there at the time. We all knew. As yes, originally, what did he say? To be with the likes of Bayern. Yes.
Yeah.
Right? But we didn't have anybody. Look at what people, this is the problem people like Gogo are not thinking about. When we were building our stadium, we did not prepare for an anomaly. And that anomaly was
Abramovich. Nobody will talk about that. Sorry to interrupt you. Nobody will talk about the fact that you say, let me Gogo. Me, you, or a Foster can have a business plan. That right? I don't know where country Gogo lives in, right? Can have a business plan, want to invest in something. And we've already hashed it out and told our co-investors, our partners, what we're about to do. And government change policy suddenly. What happens?
Exactly.
What happens?
Adaptation.
Arsenal prepared to go through a shrewd transition. Unfortunately, Abramovich came that time, bought Chelsea, and started spending like a mad dog.
Exactly. Like, this is what annoys me when people say it. A manager that has won how many leagues went invincibles, right?
Yeah.
We had a wealth of stars in our team.
Sure.
Now, I asked this question to some people. What if Adebayo, Alexander Hleb, Eduardo, Rosicki, what do they call this guy? Fabregas, who was Flamini, all those guys we had at the time still stayed together. We'll definitely have won trophy.
Something. We'll have won something, sure.
But this one that people come and tell, oh, we cannot do this, we cannot do this. Arsene Wenger said he was supposed to leave to Real Madrid.
He stayed back.
You understand?
That was a major. That would have destroyed Arsenal if he left at that time.
Of course. Of course.
Arsene Wenger left at that time. Okay, let me read this chart. I give so much credit to the owners and Arteta for being able to convince them to spend.
Yeah, please give me a second.
Okay, but back then, the club gave a lot of roles to Wenger and hampered the club. That's a fact. That is not totally true, Mr. Gogo. The real problem at that time was lack of financial resources for us to acquire players that would have taken us to the next level. That is just the truth, Mr. Gogo. That is just the truth. All these he had too much roles. That is not totally true. Yes, he had too much roles, but he did not have the financial muscle or resources to buy or sign on extended contract on players we needed to keep at that time. You cannot ignore that fact. That is a fact. It was not about Arsene Wenger having more roles. We did not have the money to keep extending the quality players we had in our ranks, i.e. Ashley Cole. Do you think we'll have let Ashley Cole go to Chelsea if we had the money?
Bro, let me even debunk his fact. Let me debunk this fact. Did Alex Ferguson have more roles at Man U or not?
Exactly. Similar roles.
Since he left those roles, what happened? It all came crumbling down. See, this is the thing people are not understanding. He had roles. Even if he didn't have any of those roles, he did not have money.
Money.
Money. See, even when he was trying to.
Let's take it. Let's superimpose it in present times. Do you
Yeah.
think if we didn't sign Saliba to a new contract, we'll be here talking about, yeah, more rules?
Saliba
It's
would have gone to Man
money.
U or Madrid.
Or Madrid. It's
Man,
money.
let's
You
talk
said-
sometime.
Okay. Yeah, something else. I'm a BC holder in business. That's good. So I know what business plans is, the uncontrollable environment are. So I don't understand what you mean by that.
See,
Whether you
he's
have
trying to say he
PhD in
understands
business
it.
and we respect your acumen, but there are things in
I'm
life
not-
that you cannot control.
Exactly.
And when it comes to money and what happened when Abramovich came to the league at that time, nobody compete with Chelsea at that time. Nobody,
Yes.
no team in the world. So guess what? I'll give you this question for you to answer. I want you to answer this question first.
Yeah.
Look at it. Okay, please answer me on this. Will you have Wenger still at the club at the current time over Arteta?
See,
You understand
realistically, I don't think right now I would. Now, people are saying, you might say, oh, you see, let me give you my reasons.
Yeah.
Right? Because I know bad faith arguments will be there. Arteta is here. I don't know if you understand. If we had the money most of the time, these arguments won't be here. We are doing very well.
Yeah.
Right? But Arteta is here. If Arteta didn't have the money right now, right?
You want him out.
They want him out. Arteta here too.
You will not want. Yeah, exactly. It's a simple truth.
Okay,
Imagine we didn't sign Saliba to a new contract, Gabriel Magalhaes to a new contract. You will not want Arteta.
Bro, let me even give proof to these guys.
Yeah.
How many years ago they were calling Ancelotti a dinosaur, right?
Yeah.
When he went to Bayern, Ancelotti is their set. All of them don't finish. Who won Champions League 2 seasons ago?
Madrid.
What did Ancelotti? Now, the simple question is, which tactic did Ancelotti have? All of us do as if we are not watching football.
Vibes. So vibes. It's vibes.
See, that time, bro, they will be losing a game, man. This is how Ancelotti will do. Call Camavinga from bench. He will whisper something in his ear. Now, let me tell you what that guy was doing. Camavinga, I say, Cruz, his legs are not there. So you add energy. Once you finish adding energy, once you win,
you sure.
Exactly. We all saw it.
Yeah.
Money.
So tell me the victory against Chelsea, the victory against those teams. Tell me the tactical masterclass he applied.
How?
Even the victory against Man City. Tell me the tactical master plan of Real Madrid that season.
They don't use vibes, and we are
there. If you look at last season, you can see the tactical masterclass of Pep against Madrid.
Definitely.
Clear. But the previous season before last season, show me the tactical masterclass Man City, Real Madrid had over Man City. It's all vibes.
Of course. So when you come with this question of if we had money and Wenger was still available, he'd still be a top manager. It's just that Ferguson, his wife, passed on. God bless her soul. Yeah, God bless her and rest her soul. When he left, what did he say? Ferguson would still have been a coach now. He said his wife's sister always stayed with her whenever he used to go for games, Champions League games, away games. Ever since he started Manchester United's job. He said, but that year he retired, when people were saying he was sick, he said he wasn't sick. The wife lost her sister, so nobody to stay with her. So he decided he would just, retire so that he would spend time with his wife. So he would be with her. He would have still been a manager till now. So when we talk about these things, it's easy for us, like you said, in hindsight. I'm not saying Arteta is not doing well. People are saying, but all I'm saying is sometimes we always underestimate the power of financial backing just because we look at. Now, did I say Wenger was flawless? I did not say he was flawless.
No, nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that.
We can look at his career and say it was better. Now, in hindsight, you can look at trophies. Oh, Mourinho has more trophies. Now that money that Mourinho used to pump for Mourinho.
Look at Mourinho struggling. I said at that time. like even I know I said with Pep, I've done a show about Pep. I'm not saying Pep is not arguably the best manager on earth right now, as
Yeah.
arguably. If
Yeah.
you take away the money, trust me, nobody's rating Pep this highly because
Of
you
course.
need quality players to interpret your quality tactics. Just like a cook, you need
Definitely.
quality ingredients, quality recipe to bring it a nice dish. You can't cook
Definitely.
with some pork and get a nice. Are you like? Can we have a good faith
You
argument?
understand?
So since
That's why
Fosa has answered that question, let me answer the question.
yeah.
Like I'm going to be similar to Fosa. I'm not trying to sound like Fosa. In hindsight, it's easy to tweak things. If Wenger had the money Arteta had, he would do wonders. That's just the
Of
truth.
course.
It comes back to finances. Both managers are great, but you need finances to make it work. If you take away the finances, managers will struggle. Now, there are some managers that if you give them finances, they are bombs. We know that. We saw the
Definitely.
former assistant manager to Ferguson that went to Madrid, Carlos Queiroz, he struggled. He's not a great manager. But most decent to good managers, if you give them the right money, they'll succeed. We saw it in our team. Look at the disparity between Saliba and Holding. It's money.
It's huge. You understand?
It's huge.
It's huge.
So Lamy says people say that moving to the Emirates hampered us in some respect, yes. But even after those years, we are just starting to see the fruits right now. It's a necessity to move and great foresight. God bless you, Lamy. That's just the truth.
Bro, you know,
That's the truth.
There was something that when Wenger played his final game, some people were paying tribute. He said that one guy said, we are insult that more. He said, yes. He's hoping that a manager will come in and do better than Arsene Wenger in terms of trophies. He said, because, yes, he won trophies. He said, but it's not as if it was an amount he would have loved to win. He said, but he did so much more than trophies. He set us
up.
Look at see now.
That is the selflessness, unfortunately, humanity lacks these days.
Exactly. That's what
he
I say.
He was selfless.
There was a picture I saw where all these men who do some construction, when they do the construction, you know, they will sit down there. They may not look elegant. One girl now said, shout out to all these fathers who sit down like this so that their children will have the proper life, you know, can be able to be in society and work. It's the same way. You can come and say, oh, what kind of thing? But those people are actually...
It is stream lagging. It is stream lagging.
I think it is on my side.
Me too. I'm stuck on this picture. And I don't end the stream. I don't know why it's lagging. I do not know why this stream is lagging. Can you hear me?
Yeah, definitely I can.
Let's continue talking. Hopefully it come. I don't end the stream. Hopefully it come, but I don't know why it's lagging. I'm stuck with the picture. Let me see. Let me try something. Nothing is working. Nothing is working. StreamYard is acting very, very funny this morning. Guys, bear with us. Let's continue talking. Hopefully it comes back. Hopefully it comes back. Wow. Are you there?
Yeah.
Continue talking. Hopefully StreamYard comes back.
Oh, okay.
Check.
So
continue talking.
Yeah. So that's what it is. The selflessness is what we needed. Okay, look at Barcelona now. That they are moving. They've moved from their Camp Nou. They are doing renovations.
Yeah.
How much do people think it is to build a new stadium?
Exactly.
We finance the stadium as a club by ourselves. That is a greater victory than any trophy. It is the simple truth. Because this one, it was what it meant as a club, the way a club is supposed to be run. That's what we did. It's what people, you see what people are always moved by is oil money. Oh, or come and buy so that we'll spend, we'll buy on back. You see, that for me, I call that stupidity. Look at PSG. PSG, they've thrown more money to players than any other person.
Yes, look at them. Still struggling. Exactly. Still struggling.
So when we do these things, it's because we always, yes, do I want a supply, proper supply, of trophies, of course. But I cannot be winning trophies in a bombed out stadium. No. Okay, Asamoah had so many rules. I think you're back.
Oh, sorry guys about that, man. This this was just acting up. Sorry guys.
Yeah. Okay, Asamoah had many what do they call it? Many rules. But today
Yeah.
we have a state of the art what do they call it? Training
Stadium.
ground.
And
State of the art
yeah.
stadium. People like you saw when Declan Rice came. Declan Rice was like, man, he was impressed. So I'm not coming to say now, people can say he stayed too long. If you have money, your too long will always, it will be like, man, he did well for us. Mine was just with the insult, even when he was trying to build a team little by little, we could still see, look at players like Sanchez. They still left. They were causing so much trouble. So at the end of the day, we could look at it and say, if you had money, some players you wouldn't buy them. And that's what we don't understand. Because when you're buying a player, there's a reason why Pep buys some players, right? It is not because alone, because of the way they play. It's because of the responsibility those players can take. There's a difference when Alex Ferguson used to talk about players that he used to have when he was a manager. He didn't need to tell them something, but they knew what to do. So that is the difference. So now, in this day and age, I'm not against people saying, like, Asamoah has stayed long. Yes, he stayed very long. But now, this is the one that's borderline. This is the one that's just borderline insanity. We all love the club. No, we don't all love the club. Nobody should
That's what Mr. Gogo is not getting. He thinks I'm here to criticize. Let me say something, Mr. Gogo. You might not know about my channel, right? Like I said in the beginning, I was support for AFTV. Remember when TalkSport came and I had that interview with Robbie Jordan, and he went against. I'm like, I was supporting AFTV. Mr. Gogo, you have to understand something. We don't all love the club, and it's better sometimes you open up your eyes and be objective. We cannot allow certain people to milk the club financially by casting aspersions on the club every time we lose. There is no club on earth that wins forever. There are errors. You win sometimes, you lose sometimes. This insanity that we are destined to win all the time is insanity. It doesn't happen anywhere else.
It's a fallacy.
And guess what? I will criticize their club because for too long I was of this opinion too. Leave them alone. No, they are doing their thing. No, but they are programming the younger fans to this negativity. And I will do my own little part to stop it. You see, we can have different opinion. I'm not saying you shouldn't subscribe to them. Subscribe to them. That's your own prerogative. You can do whatever you want to do. But we will now have a set of people control the narrative.
And they'll tell me they want what's best for the club. You want what's best for the club. No, which club on earth has had a perfect 100% what do they call it? Player signing.
Yeah.
The same Pep Guardiola.
You cannot do that. No, you cannot do that. He said, wow. No, we are not going to do that. Wow, just because these are not that. See, there's a between an opinion.
No, I use the word because he said your channel is about criticizing other people's channels. See, this is your first time here, right?
Yeah.
You've not seen how we do streams.
Go and check my archives and see where I was doing streams about criticizing other people's channel. You see, that's why sometimes, as respectful and as civil as I want to be, come to people, they will just have that what I call bad
the
faith
first time
argument.
I came to this channel, it
Well,
was not about other people's this thing. What we talk about is sometimes in the moment when we need to stick together, some people come with the idea of this is what I want. My problem is this: you can be angry, right? But when your demeanor is always anger, whether we win, lose, or draw, then you're doing this thing for clout. You're not doing it for good.
Let's say the best thing. Let's say I love mathematics. Do you know I love mathematics? Mathematics is
everything is constant.
Everything is constant. That means 2 + 5 is 7. 5 + 2 is 7. So
It's,
if it says mine is about criticizing, let's for argument's sake, my channel is about criticizing the other people's channel. What does AFTV do to Arsenal?
of course,
So AFTV, so they have the sole liberty to criticize Arsenal.
yes. Then
But
I
nobody
cannot
can.
call them out to say
But,
this
but,
your
but,
criticism. I
yeah.
disagree with it.
Look at the logic.
Because yes,
Mm.
because so me now I cannot
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
so because I support the club, I should not say because I'm a fan, I must have their opinion. Somebody
Look at that logic. Look at the logic.
somebody must be crazy. So I cannot have an opinion to disagree. It's the truth.
Look at the logic there.
It's the truth. Okay, in this Wenger was the problem. He has left. Why do you still do the things you were doing?
You're doing the Wenger time. Yeah. Wenger
5 years
left.
ago.
At that time, we said we didn't have an owner, right? Now we have an owner. They have been for the last 2 years. How much have they spent? How much people have they paid off? Did you see your same AFTV go and say shout out to the Kronkes who look at what they've done? We're criticizing them. Now they've done something. Have you seen any AFTV do that kind of stream? No.
You understand?
But yeah, I am the guy coming here to criticize both channels.
1 hour stream, I'll come out and do it. Honestly, if you criticize someone in the open, you give them their flowers in the open. Don't go and say, these Kroenkes.
Yeah.
It is not easy. Because they've been here for how many years? See, at that particular point, you would say, who was Arsene Wenger even angry at? You understand? See, let's not deceive ourselves. They don't love him. People don't love him. Let's discard it. Those guys criticizing don't love shit. See, I don't know. Gogo, you have, see, how can you boldly say that those guys love him?
Yeah.
What makes you, have you not heard your brother Ligona?
Wait. You love him, but your criticisms are not balanced. When did I say Wenger did not have his own fault? I never said so. I'm just saying let's be balanced and fair across board, and let's stick to the objectivity and the logical part of conversation.
Yeah.
But no,
my
these guys.
My problem
finish.
It's easy for me to. Mine is if I come out and criticize you, right? When I know that is why I say people. You see, there's a reason why a fan is a fan and a coach is a coach.
The coach,
right? I said something. If fans can come out, this one, but I told you. Remember when I came to China the first time? I told you something. I said, Arsenal fans, we think when we allow all these talk sports. You know what, my guy? I told you he's a Manchester United fan.
Yeah.
He said he hates the Stretford paddock. Why? Bias. When you cannot analyze generally, because he understands your main aim is Manchester United. Sure. But where you are not logical enough to give other teams their credit because you know that because you're a Manchester United fan, there's a problem. The reason why some of them, when you ask them, okay, who are your teams that will win the EPL? The reason or your standings, all of them will always put Man City first. Why? Because they know there is undeniable and undisputable fact that Man City is better than them.
Yeah.
So they always put them there. Part of those clowns there said, what do they call it? Arsenal will finish 8th because Arteta's first 2 finishes were 8th. So if things go bad, the place they will look to is 8th.
But yes,
now, you can
look at the logic. Arsenal finished 2nd. Yes, last season, right?
They were calling it one season wonder.
But Arsenal finished 2nd. They have improved the team by signing additional quality, but yes, we will go backwards. Now, it's not impossible because I like to be very rational. It's not impossible. Yes. But what is the probability? The difference between probability and possibility. Like this is crazy. I'm sorry. Now, go. We are not attacking you. We are attacking the points. We are not attacking you. We are attacking your point. And you are free to say, I'm still saying it. I respect your opinion. If I disagree with them vehemently, it is what it is. So, he said, wow, cause another person's opinion is insanity. Okay, let me ask Gogo. If I told you my opinion is that 5 + 5 is 13, what will you call that? It is my opinion. 5 plus
Yes.
5 is 13. What will you say?
We'll look for this thing. What do I call it? We're near you. We'll look
Yeah.
for a hospital near you.
Because you are saying now, my opinion is that 5 plus 5 is 13. Will you tell me, oh, that's your opinion?
No,
Can
it's
we
insanity.
argue in
Even
good
if it's
faith?
your opinion. There's a reason
Yeah,
why some opinions are right and they are wrong.
wrong.
See, bro, see my thing.
Gogo, say Gogo, you are my guy. I don't know you personally, but I've seen you on the stream more often. But today, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. You can have an opinion, but your opinion can be wrong and can be insane. Like I just give an example. I can't tell a Fosa or tell you 6 plus 6 is 52, and I say, but it's my opinion. We cannot go that far. Let's not go that far. Let's not.
One girl was saying 2 plus 5 is 6. So they asked her why. She was explaining left and right. She said the reason is there's a particular number that is missing. Said, but the government don't want us. The person just cut the T-shirt.
Okay, he has come with another thing. So we have to jump some. I will jump some of your charts. I will go back to those other charts. I'm not ignoring your charts. Like I said, we can disagree, but I still value what you have to say. Look at this. It says
it's not his first time here.
No, it's not first time. I've seen Gogo one tape or a few times. So he said 5 plus 5 is still. He said 5 plus 5 is objective, but most of our arguments are subjective. Not all. Not all. I gave you two examples. When during Wenger tumultuous time, we did not have any owner. That is a fact. That's not subjective. We had a majority share owner. Majority share doesn't mean nobody owned the club. Because Peter Sherwood. Yeah, Peter Sherwood was the chairman at that time. We had a chairman at that time, not an owner. Let's not forget.
Yes.
We had a chairman.
That one has died now.
You had a chairman. So that's not subjective. Gogo, that is not subjective. So don't say most of our arguments are subjective.
Well, bro, I want to ask Gogo this question. Now, you said your hatred with Wenger was he didn't have he came out because he didn't have the money. What do they call it? That he should not. That was your anger that he came out to tell you people to sell snake oil. Okay, fine. What would you have rather he did? He should come and tell you they don't have money.
They can
mob. You see, because you people are part of the current fans that have been groomed to mob. It's the truth. This is where mobbing starts from. Oh, we don't like something. Let's go and mob. See, when we were growing up, we knew that sometimes there's why they say the purse strings are constrained at the time.
Exactly.
Because it's a football club does not mean the football club will be as wealthy as others. That is not how it works. There are still clubs that are more that are still wealthier than Arsenal, regardless of how we are spending now.
Exactly.
And Usmanov was richer than Abramovich. But Usmanov did not own the club. And Usmanov wanted Arsenal's full control.
Exactly. No. Can you do me a favor? Can you answer this question for me if you don't mind? Maybe I'll answer it after you. The club was not owned at that time. It wasn't
owned fully.
Yeah.
These people's condition was full ownership.
Then we put our money. Full control.
Put our money.
Yeah. Go, why arguing in bad faith? Go is arguing in bad faith.
My problem is, okay, this guy was holding things. This is my problem. The nigga was holding things down. And yes, you're angry.
Yeah.
Somebody was holding things down for you. Still giving you. See, this is the problem. Because they laughed me for school that time. That I'm an Arsenal fan. Me say I keep on for. I'm not going to keep it in my mind.
Yeah.
The days when things were good, me too, I still they let them know.
Yeah.
You understand? So, okay, now that things are good, accept it.
And enjoy it.
I'm enjoying every bit of it. You will not see me come here. Oh, we lost today. See, God forbid we lose tomorrow. I'm not losing my shit for anybody.
Sure. So let's go straight. So Lami says, I hope I'm not destroying your name. Agree to disagree. Not always. I don't agree to this term. Agree to disagree. No. Sometimes if something is objective, we are not agreeing to disagree. We have to just make sure we call it fair and square. So if three of us have a business and I have 20% stake, does it mean I'm not the owner? Yes. It depends on how you drafted the documents. There's a reason why in politics they say, the House of Rep, they say if you don't have three quarter, you can't be the speaker. See, you have to understand. Even though if you have there are businesses that even though you have 80%, if you don't have up to 90%, you can't still make bulk of decisions.
Yes, bulk of decisions by yourself. These guys could not see with someone. If I have 20% stake, and other people have 15, or I don't have, like, there are some decisions I want to take fully, but what will happen? I will not be able to take those decisions because
the other guys, they won't agree. They will not agree.
15.
Yeah, they will not agree. Gogo, you have to understand that when it comes to business, people are ruthless.
Exactly.
You see, you have to get to a certain level to understand how people with this kind of money think. They are not as benevolent as the ordinary man on the street that is not. No, they are not. If they don't own something 100%, they don't work with sentimentality, emotionality of the fans. They don't care.
It's business.
It's business. And we have to arm ourselves. That kind of information. Those guys at that level, it's not about emotions. I love Arsenal. They don't wear Arsenal on their sleeves like you. Now, in a utopian world, you want them to wear Arsenal on their sleeves like you, which will be fine.
Yeah, you want them to
but let's be real. Yeah, they are not Arsenal fans. It is what it is. It is what it is. Says these people sit down and make decisions. Bro, I'm enjoying it, but I didn't enjoy Mikel signing Harvard. Oga, if he bad, he bad. Okay. Go. I understand, right? Let me take this off the screen. Let me see. What is it? See, go. I understand what's regarding Kai Havertz, right? But there's something we have to understand. Give him to the end of the season. What do you think, Mr. Fosa? Give me at least because you are a fan. I understand Chelsea fans, Man U fans, they can do what they want to do. They can say whatever they want to say. But as an Arsenal fan, don't you think he deserves some grace? Don't you deserve some grace from Arsenal fans?
Let me give a lecture here. It's not a matter of, you see, when people go and look at Chelsea as a football club that makes sustainable players, I always laugh. You understand? Because sometimes we don't understand. Comedy comes in different forms. And this is one of them. Now, Kai Havertz, I can put it boldly to this guy, to Gogo. Gogo didn't know Kai Havertz properly at Bayern Leverkusen. What made me know Kai Havertz was because we had Ozil at the time. They said there was a boy that was known as the next Ozil. Left-footed, height, vision, everything. Kai Havertz, have you seen Kai Havertz's record at 21? His stats are almost as good as Messi when Messi was 21. Now, people can say German League.
Yeah.
At 2019, yes, you can call that an argument. At 2019, Havertz was in that. He had one of the best seasons. His main position that season was a right winger. I said it predominantly. This guy played as a right winger. For these people, what do they call it? For Leverkusen. He played as a right DM. He played as a cam. Ever since he went to Chelsea, where have they played him? Center forward. He played center forward sometimes for Leverkusen. Center forward. What do they call this? They will play him left wing.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, realistically, which would you have preferred? If Havertz was coming straight from Leverkusen and people were talking like this, I would have understood.
Yeah.
He went to Chelsea. Which Chelsea player has been amazing since? Sterling.
Yeah.
Before last season, what happened? Sterling was tearing it up at Man City. He went to Chelsea. What happened? His career nosedived in one season.
Real quick.
Just one season. What was this guy? Kukureya, was he not tearing it up at
Brighton? Yeah. Chilwell at Leicester.
Nosedived. Mason Mount. You see, sometimes we look at the situation because they won a Champions League. What did I tell you? I said, with every passing day that I see Thomas Tuchel and the comedy show he's doing at Bayern Munich, it always the theory that I had that it was because Pep Guardiola was tactically overthinker and did not play Fernandinho. That is why he lost that game.
Lost, exactly.
Final. Mason Mount was their player of the year for 2 years straight. Last season, Mason Mount just it's something that they have been killing people. Jorginho, we were criticizing Jorginho before he came to Arsenal. Yeah. What happened? He came to Arsenal. Jorginho looks like a different player. Was giving forward passes that the same Chelsea fans said he couldn't give.
Yeah.
Lukaku, before Lukaku went to Chelsea, Lukaku was known as what? It's not a matter of people make mistakes. There is no place on earth where we have seen a particular... Zinedine Zidane went to Madrid. 6 to 7 months, Zidane was a clown at Madrid. Ask any Madrid.
Exactly. Some of them wanted him out at that time. They wanted him out. Of
course. When Zidane went to Juventus, Zidane flopped at Juventus first. Platini was the one that told them, you people will eat your words.
Towards back.
So we always say coaches make mistakes. Arteta has shown that he has bought quality players. I'm not going to buy a player from Chelsea and expect that the player before he went to Chelsea is the one I'm getting. Lukaku was at Inter, one of the best strikers that time. He went, what happened? He started the career well. He just died like that.
Yeah.
Now look at him at Roma. 9 games, 7 goals, and 2 assists. Now, Joao Felix went to Chelsea. He started well. All of a sudden, look at him at Barcelona.
Exactly.
He is. So when we are making
are those subjective again? Those are objective facts we are looking. That's not subjectivity anymore. So come on.
Fabio Vieira last year came to Arsenal. I'm sure you would have said. I'm sure you said last year you didn't like Fabio.
Selling. That's it. Selling. Yeah, say selling.
Yes, but look at Fabio Vieira. Fabio should be starting. Sometimes, let us see. When we were going for Kai, I didn't like it because Chelsea. But I looked at Fabio Vieira. When Fabio Vieira started balling, I said, I will give this guy his time.
Yeah.
What does Kai give me? He gives me now. I know maybe he will say, oh, the way Kai doesn't do anything. What do they call it? Flamboyant on the ball.
Yeah. But that's not his game.
If he was playing on the right wing, I would understand. Or as a right CM, I would understand because he's an inverted player. A player who uses his left to cut in. But now he has to play a different way. Sometimes when people talk Chelsea, which tactics do they have? You change manager every day. Which tactics? Sometimes it just go with the flow.
It's vibes. So let me read this chart. Let me read this chart for me. So if you don't mind, let me read this chart. Coaches make mistakes because they're humans. We only criticize them. We don't hate them. Bro, get this. No. Now, maybe you. But the vibe, for you look at this conversation we've had, I don't want to make a judgment on you based on this conversation alone because it's kind of erring in a funny way. But maybe you don't hate them, but what I see from all of these people is hate. Let's call it for what it is. It's borderline hate. It's borderline hate. Let's not do that. So, conclusion of the matter is to give them time. Okay, he has all the time in the world. We will talk about this next season. Okay, no problem. No problem. See, I'm not running anywhere. God spare our life. God will protect your life. God will spare our life. We'll talk about it, and we'll see who will swallow their words. So no problem.
Exactly. See, bro, if he's playing as a left CM, right?
Yeah.
And Kai has, let's say, he scores 10 goals and 7 assists at the end of his season. That is a very good season.
Sure. So said, guys, I unavoidably have to leave. We agree to disagree. I don't agree to that. I agree to disagree. Now I can say we love Arsenal, but I can say I love Arsenal. Have a good time, guys. So shout out to you, Ugo. Shout out to you. Even though we didn't agree on everything, but shout out to you. Made it very interactive, and we appreciate you for joining us. Hopefully, we win tomorrow. Definitely, we all want the same thing. Now, not all of us want the same thing.
Of
That's where
course.
Gogo is not getting it. He's not getting
Yeah,
that part. That
he's using
you want,
himself. Yeah, he's using himself as a,
so
what do they call it? As a model for other.
yeah,
Don't you have pure intentions. You
sure,
can criticize. He can criticize the team. I'm not saying
sure.
we don't criticize.
So
You
we do.
understand? But so far, the way the season has gone, like, I'm not supposed to criticize. We are second, 1 point off. Why should I
Yeah,
lose my head?
we are seeing
Everybody
four
has
competitions.
strengthened,
We are seeing four competitions. Four.
yeah, everybody has
So
strengthened their teams. Madrid won the Champions League 2 seasons ago.
yeah,
You understand?
it's so nobody will swallow their words if we all enjoy if he bangs.
Yeah, that's
What
the thing.
I mean in the context. I'm not saying,
Yeah,
oh, I'm
that
going to come
people
and say,
who
no,
criticize,
no, no. In
see,
context, in context,
not him per se. All those
not in
people who
passive.
criticize. You
Yeah,
understand? My thing is, just because I don't like his signing, I don't want to be right every time. In
sure.
terms when that is, if I'm being negative about someone, I don't want
Yeah,
to be right. Because okay, imagine now we are saying, oh, Nketiah is not good enough. Deep down, I don't want to be right. Because if
exactly.
Nketiah is tearing things up and scoring for fun,
Ex-
we are here to enjoy it. It's
exactly.
for us. So, but we criticize and say so far what we are seeing, yes.
Same.
I understand you say Sky, yes. He's not
So
looking.
my problem is that you can show concern. That's why I'm saying concern and outright he will flop. I'm concerned. I'm not going to lie to you that I'm not concerned. But I still think I've seen enough that he will ban. Even Fabio Vieira, I said I've seen enough, but I want him to be physically more astute and more
Yes,
domineering. And look at this
more in the
season, he
game.
has changed.
Yeah.
So I've seen enough from Kai Havertz. Doesn't mean I'm not concerned. You can be concerned. We're not saying don't be concerned, but this outright, oh, he will flop, he's not good enough. Come on. Come on. Let's not do that. That's a bit too far, in my opinion.
Yeah. So
Wow,
I'm saying
what a
Real Madrid won
what,
the league two
what
seasons
a
ago.
yeah, what a morning, Mr. Ifosa. What 2 hours, 16 minutes.
Bro,
Wow.
we thrashed it. We trashed
Yeah.
the
Whether we like it or not, shout out to Gogo. He made
of
it
course,
interactive.
he made it as entertaining as it
Yeah,
is.
interactive. Shout
And
out
it's
to
good
Mr. Gogo.
to have
Yeah, it's
this.
good.
Now we understand that it's more personal. What do they call it? His own personal view.
Yeah.
That was maybe he thinks other people share his personal
Views. And guess
pure
what?
intention.
I know his type. His type is one that wants the best for everybody without understanding that some people don't want the best
Of
for
course.
themselves. He thinks AFTV, like I said in the beginning, I supported them. But you have to continue to look at things objectively every time. Not because it was great yesterday, that means it's great forever. No, you have to look at it on the spot sometimes. It is what it is.
Definitely.
So,
no problem,
yeah, our closing remarks. Shout out to you for giving your 2 hours. Wow, that's great. Shout out to you for standing still. It was a good conversation. I enjoyed it. Enjoyed it. I enjoyed it so much. Yeah. So the Harlots on the other side of London are about to start the English match against Luton. So
I think
your last words.
I think
you go and enjoy. Let me allow you to go and enjoy these matches.
That should be a straight win for them.
But Luton beat Everton. Remember Luton beat Everton last time?
Yeah, bro, Luton beat Everton. Maybe. Just maybe. I just think maybe there may be too much quality from them right now to beat. But as you said, maybe they beat Everton. They are not coming to their home ground. So you never know.
Never know. So guys, you're watching it on the playback. Do us a favor, strike a like on the video. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and make sure you turn on your notification bell. So this will be we'll wind down for now. Hopefully we'll come out tomorrow morning to do the starting 11 preview and come back tomorrow and do a fantastic win review of the match, hopefully. So keep supporting us now. Do it the right way. Even though you might agree with us, it's fair and square in love and war. But let's make sure we are objective and logical in all things we do. So, Mr. Ifosa, shout out to you for coming through. I appreciate your time and I appreciate your insight on the game. Guys, like, share, subscribe. Bye for now. We'll see you guys some other time. StreamYard.